He ain't played terrible, but he just ain't no superstar.
Open C74, Smalls.
And they said Carson Wentz got to play 70% of the snaps for it to go up to a second, but that means we still keep pick 11 in this draft. I mean, not that we would give up no first or second for him, no fucking way. I think they're gonna try to go. Huh?
Yeah, you'll be back. You niggas always
We gave him a third, bro. We gave him a third this year and a third next year. That ain't shit. We still keep picking our first and second. That's good.
Huh?
We gave up what? For what? What Philly got our first for, bro? Yeah, Philly traded their. Philly got 3 firsts, bro. Philly got a first for Wentz. They got a first and third for Wentz. We just coach paid a first and third for Wentz. We just gave the coach 2/3. It can go to a second if Carson Wentz plays 70% of the snaps. It can go to a second, but that means that'll be next year draft, not this year draft. You know what I'm saying? So that means we still got pick 11 if Willis there, or hopefully I think from what I was saying, we really trying to see if we could trade back a little bit.
Oh my God, Jaden Daniels transferred to LSU. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Wow. We got a lot to talk about today on this show, more than just Madden.
But Tomo, them quarterbacks, them things will fall like crazy. Them blocks start falling.
Damn, that's big. Jaden Daniels go to LSU. That's huge. So Aaron Rodgers got the bag. Russell Wilson goes to Denver. Carson Wentz goes to Washington. Shit, the transfer portal going crazy in college right now. Our 2023 draft going to be off the hook.
For who? No, they really didn't, bro. That's not they didn't give up a lot. Look at it like this. Look at it like this, Heather. So if they didn't trade for Wilson, they would have drafted a QB. Period.
My favorite rappers, Def Day, Biggie Small. Shout out to my boy Jeff Hibbs too, man. Happy birthday to the boy Jeff out there in Collinsville, coaching his ass off and shit. Got my son out there balling and shit on the basketball court. We in it right now. Snake, you want to get into your Washington Commanders conversations on this Wentz trade and all that good shit? It's here. We're here. We're going to talk about NFL real life shit. We're going to talk about, you know, college shit. We're going to talk about it all today. Football talk today on Hump Day. Hump Day! On Hump Day, we're going to get into the conversations, man. The best of the best, you know what I'm talking about? So, all right, so Hitter, do you like the fact that they went and got Carson Wentz, and do you feel like they gave up too much to get him? So how you feel, Snake? Feel like it's a good move? I told you like yesterday they was gonna get Carson.
I think it's a good move. Like, you giving up 2/3 for him. Like, he got a higher ceiling, but it's competition. You know what I mean? And you can't blame all of the coach's faults on him. Name a dog wide receiver they had. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they ain't got no wide receiver, no tight end. All they had was Jonathan Taylor. You can't put everything on him. T.Y. was hurt. And Pittman ain't no true number 1 wide receiver as of yet. So, like, look, and Doyle retired. That was their starting tight end. So, who was he throwing to?
And not for nothing, their defense played like shit early on, and then they started to get it together a little bit.
I mean? So, like, Wentz he got a chance. You know, you don't go out here and jump for no pieces. Of course, everybody tried to wait to see what A-Rod and Russell Wilson was going to do. Deshaun's still stuck right now. So, like, that's a good little move. He ain't going out there to pass the ball 50 times anyway. He's got to make some plays.
To be honest with you, I'm not convinced that Deshaun going anywhere, man. He got the black coach he was looking for. One of the black coaches he was interested in. He got, unless he, go to Pittsburgh. Other than that, I don't really see too much of a market. Nobody got time to be waiting for a guy to figure out, if he a massage whore or not.
I mean, I could see Carolina or the Steelers still making a move for him just because the coach, that he really wanted to fool with, he went to the Steelers. In Carolina, they done made a couple of QB moves, and Bradford ain't panned out. Like, you still got some open jobs. Like, end of the day, ain't nobody gonna pay for him until some of his stuff get figured out. But they saying some of his court stuff is supposed to, I guess they supposed to go to court this Friday, and some of his stuff should start weighing out like by April 1st to at least know if he gonna have criminal charges brought against him in any cases. So he's supposed to actually take the stand in some of them civil suit stuff against like 9 of the females, and I think that stuff's been deposition supposed to start this Friday. So we shall see. We shall see.
And the number one.
We're talking about that Russell Wilson trade. I don't think they gave up a lot. Look at how many picks the Broncos been actually drafted on quarterbacks. They would have had to draft a quarterback high this year. So like you would have spent, so you figure Drew Lock and one of them first was quarterbacks anyway. Noah Fant and Shelby Harris are just guys. They're replaceable. They're not no superstars. You got an extra second and third from the Von Miller trade. I think Noah Fant
could be a real problem though.
I mean, he was stepping up last year. I mean, he's above average. But he's not like
I think he's above average, bro, with a good quarterback.
That's what I say. He's above average, but look at the pieces the Broncos got. It's time to pay Noah Fant. Are you gonna pay him that money, that bag right now when he ain't really all the way been there? You gonna go get Russell Wilson? You really what you give up a first? You got an extra second and third from Von Miller. I don't think they gave up as much as people really think they did. They would have took a quarterback with a high pick, a first probably this year anyway. But what you give up, a first and a second, in all honesty, for Russell Wilson? I think that's kind of like, that's a great deal, I think.
One in the chamber, 32 in the clip, man. It's my nigga Biggie Death Day, dog. The music gonna be loud, motherfucker. Let's go. Goodness gracious. Now he done made me fucking turn. God damn it, Craig. Now fuck my music up.
No fan ain't no bum at all by any means. But he ain't that dude just yet. He ain't developing that dude just yet.
There we go. Put some small volume on it. Alright, so we here to talk about stats right now, man. Week 6 we at right now, right? I think we are attacking week 6 right now. We're gonna talk about who's doing what, the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Showtime. We couldn't hear Snake laughing out, my fault. You know me, you gonna hear me. I got that type of voice that travels. Motherfucking, it travels. But we turned it down. We got you, my boy. I'm on deck with you. You heard? Here we go. Alright, so when you're looking at the top passers in the league right now in the NFL through, hold on, let me come up out of here and see where we at really. What week we actually in right now.
6.
We in week 6? Yes, sir. It is week 6. Week 6 it is. The Brooklyn bullshit, we on it. Yep, I'm ready going to a bye week.
Garoppolo grade be the next piece. That means the coach got to draft a QB, and the Steelers still need a QB, and the Panthers right away. Now we'll start, and the Saints. We'll start seeing the Mitchell Trubisky.
I don't think James wants to go anywhere. He fucking around, stay there at the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, what if somebody happened to offer him a couple more dollars in the Saints? They ain't capped. Their cap kind of trash right now. Not to mention we got Jordan Love. Could Jordan Love be moved out here now? Packers go. All these receivers doing them crazy for you. Packers go try to get a second for Jordan Love.
Torture part is Jordan Love don't got nothing really out there for anybody to really jump crazy for. I don't know if they get a second for him. Because he ain't did shit. Even when he got a chance to start, he looked like a bag of dog shit. So You know what I mean? Nobody gonna invest in that. But as far as Madden love right now, we getting back to RDL 6 season 1. We in week 6 right now. Kyler Murray goes out. He's still at the top of the food chain right now, man. In the league where a bunch of hungry ass dogs is trying to surpass this man. This man is in the record books. And every time he throw a pass, he is changing the record books.
New records.
2,354 yards passing right now. He has 28 touchdowns, 9 INTs, 69%, 392.3 yards a game. He had 129.8 QB rating, 13.8 yards a game. Longest is 86. He's only been sacked 8 times, and that's big right there. Only been sacked 8 times for a guy that's dual threat that moved the pocket a whole lot. We're going to talk about Kyler Murray for a second before we go into our next quarterback on this list. Kyler, man. Kyler is doing it with a bunch of new talent around him right now, man. So let's talk about the Cardinals for a second, Snake. These guys won four Super Bowls, man, in 7 seasons. They played in 5. They played in 5. They didn't play in the first, and they didn't play in the last. So they played in 5 out of 7 Super Bowls and went 4-1 in those Super Bowls. But they having a roster situation now where, you know, guys are running around trying to get younger and flipping their rosters. They're in the same boat. They had a draft, solid draft, but after the draft is where they fucking got money at. They went crazy and signed a bunch of undrafted free agents, and they happened to win on those undrafted free agents. Those guys had really, really stellar combine numbers. And because of that, they got a win here. So when we look at their team right now, Kyler, they did pick up Akil Glass. Between me and you, I'm not 100% comfortable with Akil Glass being the heir apparent to Kyler Murray. I think right now he's the pitcher right now. But I think as we go forward, I think, you know, draft classes coming up, the way they won, and, you know, after the draft, the way they won, if they can get these guys signed in and signed cheap, they are stellar. They're right back at it. They should be getting back at, you know, top football within a season or 2. And I think they had a luxury to be able to go out there and get them a really good, legit quarterback to be able to take over for Kyler Murray as he's getting up there in the ladder. So I don't know if Akil Glass is absolutely safe as being the heir apparent. Now, I like Akil Glass because this is the type of, you know, Peyton Manning's still the offensive coordinator here. And if there's a guy that could model, you know, the smarts and intelligence of Peyton Manning, is this HBCU quarterback, Akil Glass. He exhibits all that throughout his career at Alabama State. He's very smart, cerebral. He can see the field. You know, he knows how to make things happen. Pre-snap, he has that baby Peyton Manning feel. And he's a black quarterback that has intelligence that, you know, a lot of these get along gang reporters and shit don't like to give us these black quarterbacks credit for being very intelligent in the game of football. Now, I'm not saying that he can't be the guy to replace him. I'm just saying I don't think the Cardinals will settle for this when you got the next couple of group of years of quarterbacks coming out and these drafts are legit, and you can get one and not really gotta, you know, if they decided to go a high draft pick on a quarterback, they can still win there, and I think they got a good enough roster to do that. Or they can get a good quarterback, great quarterback to take over for Kyler Murray in the later rounds because of how deep these quarterback drafts will be in real draft, and everybody and their mama got quarterbacks already. So I'll ask you the question: do you think Akil Glass could be the heir apparent to Kyler Murray over here?
I think that Akil Glass, along with some of these younger prospects that these Cardinals have on their roster. As a matter of fact, since we're just talking about the Cardinals, I just used them as an example for a minute. I think Akil Glass, along with some of these younger prospects, are what we call situations.
Okay. So
like sometimes we take the best play, some of the better GMs in the league that y'all look at, is some people that look in here and complain about teams. You got 99s and this person this, you know, got ability this and got ability that. But that's when you got to take credit, you know, give some credit for the GM. I know you on. I don't know what screen you on, but if you just go to the stats, the Cardinals stats. You notice, you know, like go to the points you're talking about the receiver. Go to the receiver stats and the quarterback. You got to kill Glass. That's a piece that's on this roster that he's going to build. Sometimes we draft players and bring talent in to see who emerges out the crop. You know, he might got 8 wide receivers on there on his roster, but he got 3 or 4 of them rookies on there, and I don't think none of them really have a catch. He's rocking with the vets, but he's producing and training these other rookies, you know, Akil Glass or some of the wide receivers and this, that, and the fourth. So he got the German.
He got the German out here. He got Faba out here going crazy. 32 catches. He lead the team in receptions right now, 780 yards. He's been on his roster for 2 seasons now. And then Sheldon Ward, you know, he came in. He's there, right? 24 receptions right now. He's the guy. He leads the receiving room right now. King James is still in the building. Larry Fitzgerald III is there, right? They got a couple of running backs they could deal with. They got some good tight ends. But as you look at the guys that held this team down through their first Super Bowls, Isabella is no longer on the roster. Rondell Moore is sitting down here. Now, Rondell Moore is getting up there in age at 28 years old, but this is somebody's starter or somebody's guy to get them in the playoffs right now, and guys don't see it.
Nobody comes to get it.
Nobody comes to get it because they see 28 years old and they think, nah, I ain't too old. But when you see 28 years old, the window of being able to get the highest thing possible for a guy that's on X Factor like this closes. So now that 28-year-old is a value if you can see 3 years of him still getting 3 years of work in. So now you're looking at an X Factor who has been one of the best receivers in the league for 7 years straight, who's getting up there in age that you can get a still pick for, meaning you ain't got to give up a lot of shit to get this X Factor, because the rules committee has to take this in consideration. He's 28 years old. So we know it's a 3-year window with him, and you should know that. I mean, I will come get him in a heartbeat if I'm a team that's right there in the playoffs or right there in the cuff where you need that one piece when you got a bunch of younger receivers and you don't got a guy that can really, you know, be a steady guy that can make a play when you need a big play. Rondell can do that. So he, as you can see, he doesn't have any receptions. He got one catch on this team right now. But you can see what they're doing. They're starting to move on.
Thinking about that though, man. Like, you talking 28, some people be scared to run away from a 27, 28-year-old. Look at a player like Rondell Moore, who's maxed out 99 right now. So you got 2-3 years of using him. Even if he does drop off a point or two here, by that time you should have 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 XP points to push him right back up. So like, we've definitely seen
because he's already sitting on XP points. So when he drops, you can build him right back up anyway.
Build him right back up. And we've seen some top-notch vets stay around this league to 33, 34, 35. As long as they playing, they gonna get them numbers. So I don't know why Rondell Moore is still on his roster. Like, if he's not making no catches, and he's been on the block, no one's coming to get him. I can go through half the teams in this league. I know he's better than most people's number 2, if not their number 1.
But look, the main thing is this: if he is maxed out 99 across the board, that means he's sitting on XP points. That means he could be somewhere between 9 and 10 XP points. At 30 years old, the only thing you have to worry about at 30 years old is him dropping from that X Factor, right? But if you get him now and you can have a solid season with him, you can keep him at least at a superstar, you still got the opportunity to, if he started to, he started losing steps or losing points on anything, you still have, points to building right back up. So whatever you lose, you still, remember, once they come off that 99, so if you, like, for example, let me go back to Rondell. When you click on Rondell and you look at his player archetype, he can't build him anymore. Physical is 99, deep threat 99, route runner 99, slot 99. But if he starts to decline, those 99 start to turn to 98, 97, 96. And the moment that happens, you can use the points that he's sitting on. And players that are 99 out still get XP points. They still get the XP, they just can't develop. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'll go to my roster real fast because you better see it on my guys. And I'll show you a guy that's 99 out. I'll go to my quarterback Lamar, and I'll show you Lamar is 99 out. And because he's 99 out, I'll come off the roster. Here's where you go to check and see what's going on with these guys. When you go to your rosters, go to manage roster, and then go to adjust lineup. And then when you look at your starting lineup, you can see what guys are sitting on XP points. Right? So Lamar is sitting on 15 XP points. The moment he start dropping, I got 15 opportunities to make him back to what he was. Casey Fields sitting on 13. Right? I got 13 points to deal with this kid because he's still He still has the points. They're still going to get the points as they're playing. They just not going to better use them until they start to drop. My lineman Pat Falk got 2, and if I go to my defense, we got guys all over the defense the same way, right? Ray Lewis sitting on 6, he's capped out. Saragusa 5, Bower 2, Israel 4. These guys are capped out. You can't spend your XPs, but the moment they start to get older, start to drop, you can use those points again. So you can always keep those guys managed and built. So if you're not coming to get a Rondell Moore and you're a guy that need a veteran receiver in your receiving room, then you're not seeing the bigger picture. And this is the reason why you're one of the guys that complain about a roster like mine or his, and say, oh my God, right? Because in season 7, getting to season 7 of Game of Thrones and then switching over to real draft, we didn't stop the league. The league is the same. So that means everybody should be having, high 90 overall teams and really got players everywhere. So now it comes down to your skill. How good are you as a play caller? How can you make your 99 beat the other team's 99? So if my corner's a 99, your receiver a 99, how do you win that matchup? By calling the right play, putting them in right situations, right? Because they're even across the board. So it becomes now when we're playing in our league, it's all about you. It ain't about who has the better teams. If you're a guy that doesn't have a good team put together, then that's on you at this point. But at the most point, anybody you line up against should be looking like this: 99 offense, 99 defense, 99 overall, or close to that. And if you are in that situation, then you have to be the guy to win yourself ball games now. What do you do scheme-wise? How are you as a user? This will make our league so good because at this point now, everybody has great teams, and those teams will play for you AI-wise. So they're going to play for you, but then if my team playing for me and your team playing for you, how do you separate that? Well, it's who's really the better player now, who schemes the best, who puts their players in the better situations. And who understands their abilities on their players and how to use those things. All those things matter at this point now, man. And to me, this is why it becomes fun and even more intense when you're playing games right now. So we get back to these Cardinals, and you look at what they're doing now. They're in reset mode. If it's a team that can literally start it over late like this, Falk took the late role. What he did was he said, I'm getting my wins now. When I look at the Ravens and I watch how they trade in pieces all the time, and they, the Giants, these guys follow the same kind of protocols. They do a lot of trading. They put a lot of young guys on the field. When they match up with me in a big game, I got the players that gel together the more because they're playing 5 new players and I'm playing the same guys. I'm going to run that out until I run it out. And he did what he did. Come on. You won 4 out of 7 Super Bowls. Well, 4 out of 7 Super Bowls. You won 4 of them. 4 out of 6 Super Bowls. I'm sorry. 4 out of 6. You won 4 out of 6. So you won 4 out of 6. So at the end of the day, the way you did manage your roster and what you did, your attack, your approach, you won. Because at the end of the day, your coach is holding up trophies and your guys are in the record books right now. But now he's at the stage where he has to flip the roster over. And I think he's done that already. I think he had a solid draft, but I think he had an even better free agency after the draft. So we come right back to that.
Started it last year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then even now, his veterans can mentor the younger pieces he got as we go through the roster. I'm only going through stats, not his roster, because we're talking about stats, but to give you the bigger picture on why Kyler Murray is still #1 in the league and throwing right now as far as passing. Touchdowns, we got to get to who he's throwing to right now. So you look at the running back room, Hits got 71 carries. 569, but they got, Kyler's doing a lot more running as well, but they picked up Cameron Harris from Miami, a really good speedster running back, who I thought was solid. They're going to play this guy. I know he only got 7 carries now, but this kid will get the ball. I think he'll be somewhere between 60 carries before it's all said and done in his rookie year. He's a red shirt that will play. But then when you look at the receiver room changed over. Fuck back is now one of the top receiving threats on his team. Sheldon is now the #1. He's been that for about 3 seasons now. King James is at tight end, is one of the top 5 tight ends in the league. And then we got to see what this Larry Fitzgerald is going to be able to do for this team over here. So as you look at who they're throwing the ball to, it's not the same outside of Warwick and the tight end. You got a couple of new pieces that's getting becoming introduced to as the #1 and 2 guys on this team as offensive receivers right now. Let's get back to the passing stats real fast and go back to the NFL. and talk about the next quarterback on this list right now. All right, Elijah Manning is sitting at number 2 right now. The Super Bowl quarterback right now. This is a Super Bowl quarterback who, who's played. The Giants went all in with this quarterback snake. What they said was, we are no longer the Saquon Barkley Giants. We are the Elijah Manning Giants, and everything we do going forward is to pit around Elijah Manning. So they invested in their offensive line and they invested in their wide receiver room. At the same time, they invested in their running back room as well. He's second on this list, 2,170. Hold up. Let's get this right. Make sure I'm not wrong. He might not be second. Yeah, he is. All right, 2,172 passing yards. He's 223 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. He's also 69%, and he's also thrown for 362 yards a game, 112 at the QB rate, and 14.1 yards pop right now. That's a high average yards per play right now, 87 being his longest and 14 being sacked right now. Elijah is on his way to a Hall of Fame. Bottom line, that Super Bowl solidifies that. I don't know if he was the MVP of the Super Bowl or not, but I know he played a big role in that Super Bowl. He's consistently been one of the best quarterbacks in the league since he's been in the league. And the fact that, he's number 2 in this league says a lot right now, because I do think you can argue, is he the second best quarterback in the league? Number 3 on this list is Chris Evans.
Running back was the MVP.
His running back House was?
Yeah, House was the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yep, and what happens is, follow the history. What's the history? Football's a copycat sport. You want to throw the ball all over the park. To win yourself a Super Bowl, you got to better run the ball, bottom line. And the guys that are throwers in this league, when they get in those playoffs, they become runners in this league. And if you can run the ball, then you good. Simple as that. Chris Evans, though, for the Vikings right now, number 3 on this list in passing yards. This team is they're a walking one-play shot touchdown team. They got the speed at the receiver position. They got one of the better receivers in the league right now, up and coming youngster Boseman right now is wilding out for this team. And when they're on the sticks, man, he throw the ball down the field. And the fact that he only has 10.4 yards a play right now is mind-boggling. But he also 412 yards, 108.6 QB rate, and he's only been sacked 8 times. 22 touchdowns, 14 picks, that's 66%. He's having a great season as well. Sam Russell for the Seahawks is 4th on this list, 1943. He has his team 3-2 right now.
Sometimes 2-3 seasons ago. Shout out to the Seahawks to keep an eye on them, that they was making some moves and they was trying to step their game up. Shout out to the Seahawks again for sticking with it and becoming a competitor. That's the competitiveness that a lot of guys have in this league that we don't talk about or don't see sometimes, just because they don't got 10, 12, 13 wins. But this is competition at its finest, man. And
this is a guy that put his head down and just make it go and make it do what it do.
Yeah.
This is a guy that put his head down so much with no complaints. He literally established one of the best rosters in the league.
Through trades and drafting. Not being scared to make some moves, taking some chances. Sometimes all them moves don't work out, but even if a move didn't work out, he never got discouraged from making the next move.
Not at all. Now, we don't like the 16 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, but the 62% tells me he's throwing the ball at a high percentage level. Completion percentage, he's not bad. Also, throwing at 23. Go ahead, I'm listening. My bad.
Them 18 interceptions can be a misguided too. And, you can have, like, we've all done played for. You can have a 3 or 4 game interception game, a 6 interception game in one game. So, like, I don't think that might not be a total. I understand where you're coming from, but just understand those can be misguided sometimes too. That can be one bad game.
And my quarterback meeting room, if I'm in Seattle right now, the first thing I'm putting on the board is turnovers. Got to turn them down. Got to find a way to turn it down. And where I was going at with this was, I think Sam Russell and this offensive coordinator can turn the turnovers down, because they have Journey Brown in their backfield now, along with George.
Saying that, just going through his stats right quick. In 2 games, he had 1 game versus the Bills he lost, he had 10 picks. And 1 game versus the Saints, he had 6 picks.
So, like, right there.
That's all again. That's all the other games. Even in the loss to the Cardinals in fault, he lost 70-25, but he only had 1 pick. So, like, Oh, them people. But you just look. That's what I'm saying. Like them. That's one game, 1 or 2 games can be all them picks in time. So
No, I get that, but I'm gonna say this: Sam Russell can't have those type of games anymore.
Can't have
For this
those
team
games,
to take
right.
that next step, they can't play those type of games anymore. If you get to the point where you already threw 4 picks, you should nowhere near get another 6 done. At that
Run the
point, you
ball.
need to change. Yeah, at that point, you gotta protect your quarterback, and you can't because that. If you allow him to throw those amount of picks, a lot like that, you will never be able to get him to come back. Look how hard it is
So
for
what we
Sidney Cake
mean,
right now.
what he means by that is, uh, in this game, you got them extra features like morale. So we about to give out some school shit to some of y'all that's watching. You got that morale boost and things like that. It's way easier to bring your quarterback morale and green arrows up from a 1 or 2 interception game from a 6 interception game. That 6 or 7 interception game can haunt you 5 games down the road.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can have you red arrows down. So, and the flip side to that, let's say that 6 interception game is versus a division opponent. Like for the Ravens, they could be playing the Bengals, or I could be playing the Commanders or Giants. That same that same red arrows down I got for 6 weeks can push that opposing team for green arrows up for 6 weeks. So it's a double-edged sword. You gotta like know when to hold them. Like, and with the injuries being on and us having to bring this is a team where you gotta bring that depth on your squad. So it's gonna be more coaching and more mental stuff. And you get that far, the game is over, man. Bring it back. So bring a backup in at least. If you still want to fling it, bring a backup in. Don't kill your quarterback. It's just a note.
You want your quarterback to play at a high level, you have to turn the turnovers down, period. If you want your team to take that next step, Sam Russell can't come out of games with 10 picks, 6 picks. Like, you shouldn't have those stats, bottom line. Again, you have to have a calculator in your head, and you have to have a clock in your head to understand that, all right, I done threw 3 already, let's tone it down. You have to change the style of play in those moments, because if you throw 10, that means that team dominated the momentum in that situation, and the more picks you throw, the more momentum you lose. So I would be careful in that moment. Outside of that, we like the 3.8 yards a game. I just think now they got a 2-headed monster in their backfield, and they need to start using that a little bit more. I think Sam Russell will benefit from being a game manager instead of a guy that has to make plays all the time. And he has the weapons now around him that he don't have to put all the stress on Sam Russell. So I would like to see the Seahawks take that next step, sitting at 3-2 right now. You know, last year they were the most improved team. They were, a game or 2 away from making the playoffs. This year they're in the driver's seat again, and they have their destiny in front of them, and they can control that. And the moment that I'm saying control is because I'm saying game management. What does a quarterback that is a game manager do? He controls the outcome of the game by playing a lot more safer. They're not asking him to win the game, they're asking him not to lose the game. I think he needs to do that with Sam Russell. Justin Herbert is just back flinging, and you got a coach that's coaching again. He's right here at 1885, 18 touchdowns, 14 INCs, 65%. Another one of those guys, 377, 108 QB rating, 12.2 yards of play right now. We thought Herbert was out the door right now. Is this a statement Coach Corey and the Chargers making?
Man, I think he's saying, look, man, I'm a dual sport coach, man. I coach basketball and coach football, but when I'm here, I'm here.
Yes,
He's
sir.
back.
And are we talking about
Good
one of those
to see
guys
you
that
back,
we
man.
deemed as one of the better passers in our
Better
league?
passes in the league, man. The league is better. The AFC and the league as a whole is better when you out here flinging that thing around, man. Good to have you back. Look like he got Sam Howell on the bench just training him, man, for that. Either way, it's still a good pick with Sam Howell for a succession, man. Herbert is 30, so yeah.
She got it where you at. Alright, so the next guy on here is Freak Booty Freddie Minor. Would you expect motherfucking Freddie
Minor.
Would you expect Freddie Minor to be up here passing yards right now? 15 touchdowns, 10 picks. He under 60% with 56 though, but he is throwing. Nano is throwing for 313.5 yards a game right now.
Hey, it's evolution. That's evolving your game, realizing that just running the ball,
They picked up Andy Isabella to come over there to play alongside Moss and Bolin. Bolin is one of the top receivers in the league this year. Also, they bought that addition. They also got good tight ends in the building. They drafted the fastest tight end in the combine this year from Maryland. Maryland got some players coming out this next draft as well. Maryland off the hook, man. They gonna win some ball games. With that being said, Freddie Minor, they got some weapons. They got Travis Dye. They're moving on from J.K. Dobbins, and it's the Stokes and Travis Dye show. Along with the receiver core they got. They got 3 solid receivers and two really good tight ends in Gonzalez and a young guy from Maryland. It looks like he put it together. The fact that he's still winning and got a good winning record right now, and he's throwing the ball more, is more impressive, man. Freddie Minor was the man early on for the Lions, and then got into that strip club incident on the pool table, and from there, his storyline has been off field more than on field.
Couldn't play a game because he had pink eye. The Lions
Right.
got fed up with his
just all types of shit
man.
going on.
Pink eye.
But Freddie ended up winning the Super Bowl itself as well too, so he's a Super Bowl quarterback in this league right now. The question is, around Freddie is how credible is that Super Bowl? You got one. Are you a guy that stole a bowl, or you're a guy that won that bowl outright, and could you continue to have that same success? In New England, you have a small window they're used to winning. They're used to winning the multiple Super Bowls, so you have a small window. They're not going to see you, second and third in your divisionary year after being, on top of the mountain. So Freddie got work to do. As good as he is playing right now, they want him to play better because, what New England has had successfully at quarterback is the reason why Freddie will always be talked about up and down. There's always going to be negative conversation to go along with anything positive he does. All right, so the next quarterback is Darren Thomas Jr. on this list right now. 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 73%, 308 yards. This is probably the second, to me, probably one of the best young quarterbacks in the league right now. And the Eagles is just building nothing but talent around this guy. It almost reminds me of what the Giants did with Elijah over there. This kid can win ball games though, Snake. He can do it with his legs, with his arm. He's very intelligent. What I do know is they do have a strong running back in their backfield right now, and I think that helps Darren. As long as the Eagles see it that way. You just give me a little bit of you. 14 sacks, 113.2 QB rating, 308 yards a game right now. Darren Thomas, what is he to the Eagles team?
And I think the Eagles has showed over his with his debut, with RDL and with us in this league, that he ultimately wants to pass the ball, and he can pass the ball. I think getting this quarterback, he got a little taste. He got a little taste of the mobility with Deshaun, then went from a penny to a nickel a dime. With getting a joker, and then he tried to go for the whole dollar. Pause. He wanted the whole silver dollar with Darren Thomas. So like you have a true dual threat quarterback, that can sling that thing, can get out the pocket. He can do all the Madden stuff, man. So I think now that the Eagles GM is getting some of the other parts around him and understanding that you can't just concentrate on one thing. You kind of got to build in a couple of areas. Don't just think about just today. Think about tomorrow a little bit too. You can't always just go all in just for the day. That I think we started to see them take just a little bit of a turn. Now we see it. He's been a little bit more consistent lately. They made a couple of playoff pushes, and I like the direction this Eagles team is heading.
Yeah, this is one of the teams I called the most improved team last year as well. They were in my top 3. And they already had high success in this league, man. Coaching has never been a problem with this team. It's usually been, putting the team together, the GM and the development of this team. I think that those questions has been answered, and I expect to see the Eagles continue to play at a high level right now. Next on the list is Lamar Jackson. 21 touchdowns, 16 picks, 61%. I think the percentage need to be up for a quarterback of his stature. 302.7 yards a game right now, 103.7 QB rating, 12.2, but he's been sacked 20 times already. Baltimore has a bunch of new linemen in place right now in their jail process right now. I think a lot of it has to do with them being young and really haven't had a lot of experience together. Although they're manned by one of the, if not the best offensive linemen in the league, and Pat Falk. Man, they got some pieces over there. That line is giants. When they get it together, I think Lamar will benefit from that. Of them gelling over there. Stanton, man, I really like Stanton. Stanton, I'm not gonna call him a game manager. What I'm gonna call him is the perfect quarterback for Bill Walsh's offense. That West Coast offense, the originator of the West Coast offense, comes out of San Francisco. They have that on their coaching tree right now. They throw the ball to running backs all game long. They will throw 2-yard passes, 1-yard passes. They throw the ball in the backfield. They roll out. They throw crossing route. They throw the ball and they throw drag. They will
tight end out the back.
I mean, they will check you down for 4 quarters if you can't stop it. Simple as that. What I like about Braden Stanton is he controls that. He's the reason why they can do that. He sees the field fast. Now the reads he make, he's not asked to make read 1, 2, and 3, and always get to 3, right? Because usually he's letting the ball go by the time. Like this quarterback shouldn't be sacked at all for the most part. The way they throw the football, they get rid of the ball so fast. He has his calculator in his head, his clock in his head goes off. If they get to 2.5, 3 seconds, they're mad. They go through practices where guys go through 2-minute drills, where they go through the 3-second drill. They want the ball out and making good reads in 3 seconds, and they do that shit a lot. And you could tell, you could see how it's progressed into what they do offensively. This team can get up the field, and when they get up the field, they're going to pitch you through 12 to 15 plays, drives, and that's a sign of a really strong offense. What I like is, Nick Chubb is getting up there to the point where they don't, it's almost time to move on from him. They brought in Tony Moody, and they drafted Brian Robinson from Alabama. But Tony Mooney, I just played this guy. He, 4.2 yards to carry in our game. It doesn't look sexy, but every time he gets the ball, his 3rd or 4th carry is a first down. So they're using their run game and their quick offense, throwing the ball as an extended part of their run game, and it is working very well over there for them. So 15 touchdowns to 9 TDs.
I think what makes that effective is that you still have the weapons on the outside, even including the tight end, that you have to respect their speed for the deep pass. Drops.
They can stretch the field at the same time too.
You got satellite on movie. Understood.
Listen, when they put it together, and you see it all together, this team is hard to stop offensively. Very hard to stop.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Rejoining the league. Like I think he was the Bills, but then he had to step away for a season or 2, then coming back to the Browns, and man, he's been another consistent user. Plays his games and had a couple of playoff appearances. He had an AFC Championship appearance as well. So and just goes to show, man, once you lock in,
and he understands his team, Snake.
Yeah,
how many times he lost and hit my DM and talk about why he lost and what he needed to do, and you watch him address those needs every single time. That's solid over there.
Something like that just means something real small. I just know, just having Tony Moody on satellite, and your main thing is throwing them short check downs. It's you got to play to your abilities and build your team to play your type of game. So, shout out to the Browns.
All right, so Justin Fields, in my opinion, has been the Tom Brady of this league. All right, just a better athlete. Justin Fields has had no weapons around him since Allen Robinson has left. But they've spent a lot in this draft on weapons for Justin Fields. And they're not even really using those weapons yet. You got Justin Ross over there. They picked up the USC receiver, the big 6'5" guy over there, London. They also picked up a slot receiver over there as well. They finally brought weapons over for Justin, and they're not even they're slow walking those weapons, because that's how good Justin Fields really is. 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 70% on the season right now. 127 QB rating, 12 sacks, 13.6 yards of play. Justin is a nightmare for defenses, and when those weapons catch up to his talent, I think the Chicago Bears can really see themselves back in the Super Bowl, bro. I really do. That's my true feeling on them. Now we got a diaper dandy next, Malik Willis. Look, Anton's playing. So Anton's playing, and now you're going to get progression from a quarterback that, to me, was a great pickup for the Bengals. This was a steal pick. I love the fact that they snatched this quarterback up. He's part of that new wave of quarterbacks that's dual threat. They mobile as hell. They can run like running backs, and then still throw the ball with good arm strength and accuracy. And that's exactly what you're getting out of him. You're looking at a rookie right now. 18 touchdowns, 18 picks, 63% right now, 294.2, 94.7 QB rate, and 10.4 yards a game. I love it right now. Weber is in his second season right now. Roll out shorty, playmaker Weber. That's what we call him, Mr. Playmaker Weber. This is the quarterback Hoodie been looking for, because this quarterback is a backyard football playing quarterback. This quarterback is draw it in the sandbox, draw the plays up in the sandbox, hike the ball, whatever our design play is. After that 3 seconds is over, let's make plays.
Go get it.
Let's make plays. He's the quarterback that ignores his offensive coordinator. When the coordinator send a play in, he act like he couldn't hear it in the headsets, and then he tell everybody what he want them. Just go deep, run around, get open. I got you. Simple as that. Everybody, running backs and all. And right now, they're special, bro. This team is special. But Doolittle, record-wise, is not impressing me right now. But he is impressing me on the field because he just came off a 5-touchdown and a 4-touchdown game. Then he just put up 60 in his last game, so he's playing well. 20 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions. Doolittle has had a problem with throwing interceptions. This year, he's not. I think this football team has finally found what they have. Unfortunately, he's going on vacation, so you won't see it record-wise. But this team is now in the process. They kind of built how the Ravens was building, where they just didn't trade. They were doing all theirs through their own drafting and putting their own talent on the field and developing their own talent. And I think they have a roster that's going to make them dangerous going down the stretch in the NFC East.
He's getting ahead a little bit. His numbers look great. Like you seeing what's working for you right here in your numbers. I think they just have to learn to just be committed to it and just to stick with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes we got a lot of toys and stuff on our rosters that we get enticed into playing with and playing around in the actual game, which is fun at times, but nobody don't like losing, man. You got to just stick with what's actually working for you. This is Doolittle has almost eclipsed his last year's totals was 2,800 passing, 32 touchdowns, 35 interceptions. He's done better than that in less than half the season already. Damn, I mean,
he getting it in right now. All right, so when you look at the best, Kyler's still at, man. When I'm talking about the best of the best, I do think Elijah Manning is in the conversation as a top 3 quarterback in this league. We got some guys that we can really argue for, but I like, the guy that's leading the league in passing yards right now is the best quarterback in the league. As simple as that. Let's look at who's leading the touchdowns and how we looking right there. So you got Murray with 28, Elijah Manning with 23. You got Chris Evans with 22, Lamar Jackson with 21, tied with Fields at 21, and then Weber and Doolittle are tied with 20, and then our 19 is Darren Thomas, will end up being the 5th quarterback in the league and top 5 touchdowns right now. All right, let's get to the run game, man, and we're going to talk about those guys in 6 games that are running the football right now. E.B. Savage has 127 carries. I love the fact that the Rams are giving this guy the football, because I just think the more they get comfortable with running, and the more they run this guy, the more they're going to see what they really have in this guy. Now remember, this team is young with the offensive line. They are all still in the jail process, so they came in with Savage. So in my opinion, they're doing the right thing right now. And if I'm them, I'm not staying away from that. Keep giving him the football, because that average will go up, because he's that type of running back right now. The second guy in the league where you think West Coast offense, they want to throw the ball, Tony Mooney has 126 carries on the year right now. Like I said, the Browns found out, look, man, instead of me sitting out here trying to hit these crossing routes all game long, throwing picks and shit, losing the game that way, I'm going to play safe. I'm going to control the game, control the clock, control how we move up and down the field offensively. And the fact that this guy got 126 carries is telling you what they really doing. Like, we thought, when they came and took over with Nick Chubb, we would see Nick Chubb doing this. They said, no, they moved on from Nick Chubb for the most part, and Tony Mooney is actually doing it right now. Streets had 113 carries. Stokes has 109. Bass has 107. And then there's Javonte Williams, Hayes. They all 100 carry guys right now. Smoking Hayes has 100 carries right now over there with Boone Jackson in that backfield. Now let's look at the yards and see who's doing what. All right, so Tremaine Bass is once again leading the league in rushing, 868. He averaging 8.1 yards a carry on that 6 touchdowns. I mean, the man is averaging 173.6 yards a game, 30 broken tackles, 1 fumble. He's still who he is right now. He's slowly moving up that, not fastly moving up that chart. Yeah, he's fastly moving up the chart as, you know. Is he the best running back in the league right now?
We can't say that just yet, man. You got some running backs that's just. Let's keep going through the stats and keep paying attention to some stuff first. Then we can talk about that. I don't think so.
All right, so number 2, Tony Mooney was 723, 5.7 yards to carry, 120 yards, 0.5 yards a game right now. Second on the list. At third, 678, 6.8 yards to carry for a rushing touchdown, averaging 135.6. Javonte Williams. And then you got Antonio Gibson, who we thought, you know, damn, this guy, you know what I mean? He's back, 670 yards. He averaged 6.9 yards a game, 6 touchdowns, and 111.7. How Streets
back locked in playing his game.
Yes, sir. That's all it takes. All I got to do is play the game. Simple as that. Streets is with 656. Ezekiel Stokes 646. Danger Griffin with 642 yards as well. Casey Fields 603. On 87 carries, he averaged 6.9, 10 rushing touchdowns, 100 yards a game. Here's a diaper dandy in Zamir White. He is as advertised, 80 carries, 587, 7.3, 7 rushing touchdowns, just under 100 yards a game right now. Then there's the injured Jaleel Ruggs and Hits Israel right behind that. And then I'm going all the way down to 500. We're not going into the 400 category. Smoking Hayes right now. Why is Smoking Hayes not giving up that starting job to Boone Jackson over there, Snake?
Maybe it's just a scheme thing, or maybe Smoking Hayes possibly fits the desired type of style that they actually want to play a little bit more than Boone Jackson. I think they come to realize that Boone Jackson might have been a pick, but they saw the talent. But like I say, sometimes we get enamored with that. Because not only with them carries, Boone Jackson got Smoking Hayes got like 30 receptions for 300 yards, 2 tutties too. So like. I think that just having that
I picked the Raiders, fuck the Bucks. Gave him the Irish Mike, he made him butt. Remember that flow? Oh my God. Alright, so there you guys with 500 yards or more. The guys that are leading the touchdown room over here in the run game right now will be 11 for Jaleel Ruggs, and he hasn't played in the last 2 games. Hits Israel with 11 touchdowns. Peyton Jr. up here with 10. Casey Fields with 10. And then you're dealing with Stokes 9, Hayden 8, Streets 8, and there we go. All right, let's get out of there and go to the receiving game right now. Receptions, first of all, let's see who's getting the ball the most right now. All right, Danny Glover out the backfield. We have a running back. This is not uncharted territory for us, though. We've seen running backs always come out with a lot of receptions right now. It looks like the Vikings is in check down mode or throw a bomb. Check down mode or throw a bomb. Simple as that. With 43 catches. Adrian Carmichael for the Texans is at 40 touchdowns. Shannon Sharp Jr., the tight end. I'll tell you one thing. You play the Steelers, the one person you better be scheming for is this guy right here. He throws the ball to this tight end all the time. I mean, he's not even hiding the fact that this is the guy he wants to target. He does everything in his possibility to get this guy the ball. And I will tell you this, he win 50-50s. Yeah, I don't care who's on him, linebacker, safety, corners, he go up and get those 50-50s, man. I know I played him twice. I played him in a dogfight game. Our last game we played this year, we played twice already this season. And Shannon Sharp has been his main target at least 85% of the game right now. It's the fact that he's sitting here. Shout out to the Steelers.
Shout out to the Steelers. He been wanting he been looking for a tight end since he joined the league. Win, lose, or draw, he been looking for a tight end. And sometimes this is a case where you just, in the draft, you don't worry about what everybody else. You go get what you want. He drafted a tight end, I believe, with the first pick in the draft last year, because that's what he wanted. He said he really needed was that tight end. And he's playing his games, and you see what you just say, like he was a problem for you. So like sometimes that's just a thing in them drafts. Like, stop looking at speed and this player this and ooh. Stick to your draft board. Go get your guy. This is a pure example. A tight end. We've only seen a tight end drafted first twice in the draft, in 2 drafts, twice. One
first
time
overall pick.
Yeah. And look what it is. He's top 5 in receiving and receptions in the league right now, in his second year. Shout out to the Steelers. Damn, he's tied for second in receptions in the league. I'm not top 5, my fault. Get the Steelers some love, man. Tight end tied second in the league in receptions. You got the diaper dandy or Olave and them Jags up next.
Give me a second.
All right.
I'm just reading. I'm reading up on something. We got a breaking news right now. Breaking news right now, man. The Houston Texans, owner has just put a statement out. We got a press conference coming up, and Skadimes is going to be leading that situation right now. Let's see what's going on in Houston right now, man. Draw y'all attention to this Houston Texans team. We're going to have to stop our conversations right for a second and really see what Skadimes got to talk about with this Houston Texans team right now. Alright, so we're just trying to see if we can get through this time. He's out there in Houston right now to see what's going on with this Houston Texans team right now. And we have a press conference right now with the Houston Texans coach. So let's see what they're talking about over there in Houston right now. Skadimes, are you there?
No.
Skidibbles. All day, every day right now. I'm out here in Houston and shit out there where, rap a lot. These guys are out here, them Houston rappers and shit like that, they out here screaming, this year on Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and GETA boy. Well, guess what? The Halloween came early and trick-or-treating ain't here for this coach right now because what we're hearing is the owner is ready to move on from the Houston Texans coach right now. As of what time is it right now? 3:12 today. We're gonna have a conversation with the ex-coach for Houston, and they're out of here right now. He's been let go. He's been fired, man. Houston owner said that they're gonna pay him the rest of the season. They're gonna pay that contract out that they dealing with Houston Texans coach. And they're gonna move in another direction right now. So for advance to the intern, but this team already has their head coach coming. They know who they want to bring in right now. There's no interview process. There's nothing going on out here. All we know is now that right this moment, right now, we have lost the Houston's coach, and they are going in a new direction right now. So
let's
we'll
keep
get
it
back
clear,
to y'all.
man. These owners said it's not clearly off production, but you have some players like we've seen this before in NFL. When NFL players have left the league and went to go deal with stuff for their country, so it's not off production or whatever, man. My man is going to go back to serve for his country, so he can't handle his full duties right now, and they're just parting ways right now, man.
Yeah, as simple as that. One of the best coaches in my
organizations.
One of my favorite users, man. He ain't going nowhere. He going to the 48-hour league. He can keep up with that one. He can't keep up with the 24. Why they in the middle of trying to figure out if we ready to go to war with Russia, not over this Ukraine shit. He just doesn't have the time right now. Instead of being selfish, it took him a while. He had to really gather. He really loves the league, so he didn't want to go anywhere. But then he realized, wait, Ant, don't you got the other league, the other 48-hour league? That's real draft too, right? I'm like, yeah. So he like, well, look, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and move on. I'm gonna go there. Just is it a team available for me to play in that league? I'm like, yeah. So he's like, all right, well, just put me in that league. That way I ain't holding the league up and just holding the team hostage but barely playing games. And I'll go over there and play over there. So that's exactly what's happening. And because of that, Houston already has the coach that they're bringing in right now. They're bringing in a guy that has coached in our league before, and Coach C. Hound. So he will. I think that's a perfect division for him too. I think he's coming into a division where, I think he can come in and compete for. So
no more freebies, guys.
You got to play some games now, man. All four of y'all got to play now.
There stat more morale games. Does that mean we can see is this why are you talking about this new coach, man? Talk about a little bit about this coach for us, man. You've dealt with this coach before. He's coached. What type of outlook do you see? Do you see some immediate impact over there? What do you think?
We got a coach that's going to the perfect division for him to play in. Okay. I think with Coach C. Hound, what you usually get with him is he's always stuck in a division where it's 2 or 3 dogs in that division already. Right? Okay. I think he come to a division where he can compete with the guys that's in his division right now. He has time to really, process the team. Now the Texans team, they lost a lot of guys in free agency. I mean, one of their players got paid $200 million. Just free agency alone. So they got studs, but here's the thing. When he comes in something like this. Give me a second, let me get to it. Let's go to their roster for a second. Let's go to their roster for a second. Houston Texans. So what they did was, I think with the quarterback Jalen Hurts, right, being there at 30 years old, they picked up Kenny Pickett. So I don't think they got to go shopping for a quarterback at all, right? In the running back room, Jawan Springs is 26 years old at 95 speed, 96 excel. But then they picked up Clint Whitfield, the #1 running back from last year's draft, right before we get into this real draft. So they got 2 dogs at running back. You go looking at fullback, Andrew Truman is a superstar. I mean, their fullback is 6'4", 255 pounds at 91 speed, 91 excel. So they got dog there. This receiver room ain't bad. You got Adrian Carmichael sitting at 98 speed, 99 excel. They got Quandre Harris at 6'4", 215, 96 speed, 95 excel, superstar. Emmett Brooks is here, 6'3", 219, 92 speed, but 98 excel. Montrell Bennett. They got Trayvon Curry that will never see it down, and Dennis Walker that are roster fillers. But what makes this official over here is, as good as this receiver room is, if you follow me to the Baltimore Ravens practice squad, something I said I was going to do, I'm going to honor that. And they're going to get the fastest guy out of the draft. Sitting at here, Tyquan Thornton from out of Baylor. 99 speed, 99 excel, guy ran a 4.23. Will be a Houston Texan the moment the coach gets in the league and gets on his team. So they get even faster at the receiver room right now. In my opinion, I think they're in a good situation. They get the speedster that everybody been on my practice squad waiting for. Like, what you gonna do with him? And it was for Mark, so I'm gonna honor that and let it still go to Coach C. Howe. So I think they're good there when it comes down to receivers, and you continue to look through his room. A couple years ago, they had two defensive ends that was leading the awards list. So I think those guys are still in the building. At the tight end position, they're pretty solid. Travis Graham, 26 years old, 99 overall. They're solid there. They got 2 superstars at tight end. We look at this line, Damon Sharper's only 24, superstar. They picked up Evan Neal. They got the #1 fucking left tackle in the draft. Wow.
Yeah, it was top. I think he was top 5.
Wow.
He was at 4th pick.
Wow. Yeah, I already sent something to the rules committee to see if they'll let you change your players' abilities because you moved him to a different position or whatever. We'll see. I already checked it. I just didn't get the answer yet, Drew.
They got another. They got Rita Smith. The offensive line side with the team is solid over this ready. It's good to go. He got some dogs.
I mean, look at it. They got starters and backups at left guard and left tackle. You go look at the center. He's only 20 years old. Look, they got another. I mean, they went crazy in the draft. This team is going to be set for the future, offensively. Oh my God. Yeah, I like this offensive line. What you think, Snake? This line is pretty solid.
Since you sent him a young wide receiver, that's the only place he was kind of like long in the tooth at. Like, I think he should be able to compete now, right away. I'm just looking all the way through the roster. I got a little bit ahead of you. Like,
I'm going back to the receiver room. Because if I'm him, do you trade Adrian Carmichael at 27 years old? Because you're getting that new receiver, or do you keep this guy around?
Oh man, it does give you it does give you a little bit of the same kind of receiver, right? He's a little long in the tooth. He's 27, and I guess it just depends what he feels he needs over here. I mean,
he's a good slot. He could be a great slot for this team because you bring Tyquan in. He's 6'2". He's going to be the #1 receiver over here for sure. Just off of speed alone.
Harrison at #2, and then Carmichael in the slot. Like,
they got 3 dogs at receiver, and you do that. I mean, you got Emmett Brooks. Most guys will see that 92 speed, but don't pay attention to the 98 excel.
You got a couple of running backs that's down there that actually got some catching ability, some nice little catching abilities as well. That are on ability as well. That, I mean, I guess we gotta wait and see, just to be able to be continued to see how this coach really decides to go about some things. I'm excited to see another new coach come in the league. This is where I'm excited about, like this season and towards the end of this season, we got a lot of guys who, for whatever reasons, weren't able to play some games, whether it be personal or family, or just sometimes you just need a break, and we all know that. We all go through that. We respect that, but man, You got to give a shout out to some of those guys that are really out here playing their games this season. You got the Packers playing their games.
They're gonna get the D tackle from Georgia too. That's on my practice squad too. So they'll give them two deep. They can get rid of Justin Matabuke. So they'll be too deep at D tackle. Their offensive line is fucking legit, and they got dogs from this rookie class. They get the fastest guy in the draft at receiver. Last year they drafted the #1 running back in the draft. They're loaded. They got one of the best quarterbacks in this draft, Kenny Pickett. So they have their future offense looks really good. Their two D ends. They got 2 out of 3 DNs on this team that led, that was in the awards race all last year. At the D tackle spot, Demario Chambers is only 26, and they bring in a 20-year-old rookie to replace Matabuke. At the linebacker level, you got Keenan Barrington, superstar. I would like to see them get faster at the linebacker level. Shaq Presley is 93 speed, 95 excel, but outside of that, they need to get a little faster there. At linebacker, I don't see anybody here.
Johnny Wilson, 91, 93. I think their team is good enough for them to compete now. To them to get to the off season, to make their off season moves, at least to really go out here and not just throw it in for no season. At least go out here, really compete, so you can really know what you got, and then make fill your holes in the off season.
Yeah, they might
gotta run ahead and jump, make no moves really.
Nah, they don't. If I'm them, I'm not busting no moves. First of all, you can't anyway, but I'm not busting no moves with them. I'm gonna play at this roster, finish the season with this roster. Yeah, and you came in early enough to compete, see what you got, then get into the offseason and do some things. But if there's positions and specific, in my opinion, you want to upgrade and get better at, it will be the secondary. So far, but they got Trey Sterling here, 90 speed, 93 excel. He's not a bad safety rookie. They also picked up my boy Jaquan Brisker. This was the guy I literally had on my board to come off in the 3rd round for me, and they took him. He's a dog. So they got 2 bookend safeties that they can develop and grow. And from that 20-year-old class of this last year's draft. This team tore that draft up. Oh my God. The computer did them justice right now. And then, not for nothing, if he comes in and don't win no games right now, he's a #1 pick in the league right now. So not only do you come into a really good draft that the computer did for this team, and you got 2 motherfucking practice squad players to come complete your team, you're gonna have a top 5 pick before it's all said and done. And now it's too early to predict him to be a top 5, because if he comes in and start winning ball games, then it is what it is. But if they don't, they just playing some games just to play, to get used to their team, and they tank mode it out but play their games, they come into the next draft with nothing but top picks in each round. They're in a good situation, bro. This is a good place to be at. If I'm a coach, head coach, looking for a job, this is where I want to be.
Oh man,
it's week 6 right now. This is where I want to be, because what you're going to do is he's coming in, he's starting Kenny Pickett day 1, and then you got 10 games, 12 games left to see if this guy is who you're dealing with. And if you don't, you have the luxury, because you have the pieces. You can go get another quarterback in this draft. Whatever you want to do is there for him to do right now. So I like it.
Week 6 and you 0-5, but the league division leaders only 3-2, and being that the Jags is in 2nd place at 2-4 after they've been running this division, that means it's still division games left, I'm sure. So a lot of them teams can beat up on each other. I'd really be interested to see if this Texans owner can come back and at least make a strong push. Only a couple games behind, just to compete and make a strong push, man. Let's see how competitive this new owner is, man.
That's the approach you want to take. All right. But me being a GM, if I'm coming in 0-5, I'm not concerned about winning games. I'm concerned about finding out what I have on my team. In my opinion, in my head, I know it's early, but in my head, I want the draft picks. I want the picks.
Kind of getting a couple of gifts right quick. So does that savor the taste of having a high draft pick? Okay, let's say you go ahead and just seeing what you have. You win a game or 2, you're in the thick of things. It's being that there's so many division games left. I can actually see possibly this team. I just think it's something we need to really pay attention to. I can't if
this coach got to come in. Look, you got this. You looking at the roster, same roster I'm looking at too. This coach come in and tank mode and just try to see what he got, or he come in trying to win right now.
Yep. I think he got to try to. I think he try to win.
Right the fuck now.
Try to win with this roster, man.
Yeah, he got you, bro. We will be having an interview with this coach later on. he will be on the show later on to talk about. So we'll get it from the horse's mouth later on tonight in our real talk conversation. All right, so there it is, man. Breaking news: Houston Texans has moved on from Coach Mark, and they are now they already have their coach hired and Coach C. Howe, and before the day's over with, they will already be on their team looking to move around and do some things with this team right now. And for all you guys that think y'all about to tear his roster up, he gonna come in and trade with you, think again. You will not get a trade with him at all year one. I promise you that.
No trade this season. No trades year one.
So might as well just go ahead and leave that roster alone. Don't even think about it at all. Know what I mean? Alright, so let's get back to where we was at right now, because we was on our way to those receivers and seeing what they was doing in the passing game right now. So I'm back to that. That breaking news came through. We had to talk about that shit. Period. So we get to the NFL. We go back to the passing yards right now. There's a name up here right now that you're seeing in Jalen Waddle. Still on top of the league doing this thing right now. I was doing reception. That's why we saw Shannon Sharp down here. Let's go to the yards though. Alright, so Jalen Waddle in 6 weeks with a new quarterback over there that's trying to figure it out, is still leading the league in receiving yards, 836.
Another new quarterback.
Right, 24.6. Go ahead, because that is his third quarterback.
Man, like it's a third or fourth quarterback. He had somebody before Teddy Bridgewater. He didn't swap.
Yeah, he had Tua Tagovailoa, then Teddy Bridgewater, then Dan Marino, and now De'Aaron King.
I mean, is it safe to say he's the best? He's been one of the best, definitely one of the best, if not the best, one of the best wide receivers in the league. And
this is a D-Hop situation, man. They done had so many damn quarterbacks over there, and the one consistent has been Jalen Waddle right now, man. 24.6. He averaging 167 yards a game, and he got 11 touchdowns right now. Boatman's second on this list for 786. Fuck Bach, the new receiver over there from Germany, over there with 780 yards right now, and he got 11 touchdowns. A name that I did not expect to see up here, Bolin, 746 yards, 6 touchdowns. He averaged 124.3 a game. The tight end Shannon Sharp is over at 716, 5 touchdowns. Anthony Harvin is the guy right now that the Bears are making their number one. As you can see, 28 catches, 714, 6 touchdowns. Chris Poole, man, look, since that 5 touchdown performance against the Dolphins, he scored 5 more touchdowns. 22 catches, 681. He averaged 31 yards a game right now, 10 teats. Sheldon Ward is on this list, 24, 676. That's the highway, right on the outskirts of my hood. 7 touchdowns. All right, Zach Bowman for the Colts is up there, 658 and 6 touchdowns. Well, only 15. This man averaging 43.9 yards a catch right now. He a walking bomb. Oh my God, he blow up.
Change name, Mr. Dial-Up.
That man name is Zach Dial-Up Bowman. Oh my God.
Connect the dots, Bowman.
Connect the dots, Bowman. Kadaro Winters, he's had 657 yards and 8 touchdowns. Man, old man McCole Hartman has 577, 26.2 and 3 teats. Dorian Parker out there in Philly with 571 and 9 touchdowns. Then you got Carmichael for the Texans. You got Deion Jones for the Lions, and then you got young rookie Jameson Williams for the Ravens with 17 catches. He averaged 31.8 yards a game as well, 541 and 7 touchdowns on the board right now. And all the 500 guys, Mr. Jermaine Pierre is back, 536, only 4 touchdowns, but he's there. Danny Glover out the backfield, 524 yards. All right, man. Now we're going to the touchdown makers right now. Let's see who's doing what. Boatman with 13, he leads the league. 11 with Waddle, 11 with Bach, and then Chris Poole with 10. There you guys with the double digits already. And then your 9s, I'm not going past 6 touchdowns. So Dorian Parker 9, Winters with 8, David Bell, the Diaper Danny with 8 touchdowns. Another Diaper Danny, Velus Jones Jr. in a crowded receiver room found a way to get 8 touchdowns right now too. Sheldon Ward with 7, Jameson Williams with 7, 3 Diaper Dandies now, and then 99 Reasons, John Jenkins with 7 of them. Young Larry Fitzgerald has 7 as well, and Ryshawn Hendricks, the Miami speedster out there, has 6. Chris Olive, this man had fucking like 17 catches on me last night, bro. Oh my God, I gotta go to that. And he ain't even the number one receiver over there for this fucking team. 17 catches for 154 yards, 9.1 yards of catching a touchdown last night on us. Little disrespectful, fast ass little motherfucker. He was out there killing me. Oh my God, he was taking it. He was taking it to who he was taking it to. That was Anthony Adams, a little bit of Steve Israel. He was in the slot going crazy. All right, Shannon Sharp has 5 touchdowns. No, boy, I'm sketching. I don't want those. I want the touchdowns. I was down on the 6 guys right now. Let's get back down there. I think David Bell is a guy we got to start paying attention to. I know we talked about him with the diaper dandies that was playing the best football, but it looked like he's starting to become the number 1 receiver over there, fast for the Broncos right now. All right, so Bolin with 6, Harvin with 6, Dollop Bowman with 6. You got Hendricks with 6, Poppy Cribbs. Look, man. This man got 8 catches, 6 touchdowns. That's all I'm going to say. 46.6 yards to catch right now.
God. Yeah. Man.
The disrespect is real.
We've seen him, this coach had this type of success before. To a higher level. We're not going to put him on the same level as he had in the past with some of his other receivers. But, man, when you got 8 catches, 6 touchdowns and 373 yards. You have, man, that's averaging 50 yards.
46 points, almost 50 yards a catch right now. God damn.
I mean, like,
he's a walking burger every time. Throw it up. Let me go get that. I left. Stankin' Franklin still in the building. Bryce Moss is still in the King of Weight Room Warrior. Trayvon Franklin. You got Bryce Moss at 6 touchdowns, and that's what stops. Bryce is back, but Stankin' Franklin has been the number 1 receiver in 49ers Nation since he's been drafted. But they got weapons over there, so as long as they're playing games, they got guys that can make plays for them. So let's get over to the defensive side of things. We'll go quickly through our tackles, because tackles mean everything, right? So Lindell Tillman, shout out to Los, 44 tackles. Tyler White, why is he becoming... Is he the best linebacker on your team? Because Parsons quiet down and he's getting a little older. He's been quiet a little bit. I think he's been quiet. You know, we haven't really been talking about Parsons for a while, jack of all trades. But Tyler White has been consistent year in and year out since he's been drafted.
Oh, man, they just do different things, man. Parsons was still, I think he was still linebacker of the year last year. Both of them was in Pro Bowl, so he ain't been quiet. They just do different things. Parsons right. More or less a pass rusher, you know, and play more that pass rusher mode, and Tyler White is like Mr. Do It All. He's like he just can fill in a little all. Sometimes he's asked to play middle, or when you bring the sub linebacker package in, sometimes he asks to move to the outside. He can do a little bit of everything. He's on the field though. You've seen his development. Love it.
Shaun Wade has been one of the best tackling corners in the league since his Baltimore Raven days, and he's still showing it in Jacksonville with 41 tackles right now. He comes down. He plays the run really well. Ben Strong, the middle linebacker for the Panthers, with 41 tackles. Daxton Hill, the young rookie safety, with 39, a speedster. Diaper Dandy, Isaac Taylor Stewart, 38 of them things. Diaper Dandy, the veteran, and the man in the middle, Isaiah Simmons. Just a couple of weeks ago, he was looking to retire. Football wasn't fun. I told y'all he was in that movie, and you know he's trying to take on his acting career right now. He was in that movie, Two Titties and a Hot Dog. I told y'all about that. So he looked like he's trying to be a movie star, that other movie star. You know what I mean? Like he wilding right now. So we got to pay attention to him. He's still balling, 38 and 6 and shit. All 6'4" and shit, want to be in motherfucking, you know, those type of movies out there in Hollywood. He wildin'. Alright, man, let's go to tackle for loss is my best stat. Favorites. This is one of my favorite stats. Pat Teller doing it the best. 8. The new Texans coach is going to be happy with DeMario Chambers. He got 8 of them things. Jeremy Carrington, the right end for the Seattle Seahawks, with 7. Chris Samuels from the cornerback position has 7 tackle for losses. Somebody blitzing the life out of him? Or he just coming up playing a run? I mean, he playing a run. 31 tackles. He doing, 2 sacks.
Got to be being blitzed. They tackle for loss. He's blitzing. Last year he was playing cornerback. This year he blitzing.
Higgle, the guy that made that one guy get turned to a D tackle. Kenny Mack Jr., man, 7 tackle for losses right now. He balling for the Cowboys. Earl Woods, 7. Uncle Earl up here with 7 of them things. Martin Johnson. Them Raven corners do a lot of tackling in this league. They do it all, right? Old Ravens, 32 tackles, 6 tackles for losses, 2 picks on the year. He balling out right now. Devin White, old ass, still balling, 6 tackles for losses. Then you got a whole bunch of 6s. Carmichael, Sheldon. You got Castle, Quay Walker, Diaper Dandy, Kitchens. You know what I mean? Keep going. You can go 6 all over the place and see who leading the league in sacks. Here we go. 12 from Jose Cuervo right now. 8 from Bowman. Boware, 6.5. Isaac Taylor Stewart, 6.5 at cornerback. J.D. Green, one of the top DNs that came out of his draft, 6.5. Pat Taylor doing it with 6. Sheldon Carmichael at the D tackle position with 6. You got Jordan Williams for the Steelers D tackle with 6, and then you got guys 5.5. Let me go to the AFC and make sure we ain't missing nobody.
That sack look kind of light. That list look kind of light right now.
Right, the sack list usually be, you know what I mean? Guys ain't getting to these quarterbacks right now. What's going on? Them offensive line saying we tired of this shit. Y'all just turning around, sacking us all day long. Yeah, Montez with 5.5. Yep. So
5.5. Normal Montez Sweat. Example, when an owner don't get discouraged just because guys been dropped. Montez Sweat is on normal.
And still got 5.5.
5.5 sacks right now.
Still. Fuck around, play his way right back into an ability.
Superstar, yeah.
Simple as that. Alright, so the league leaders of INTs are Eli Berry, the tweener, safety / corner. After his second year in the league, look what he's doing, 7 INTs. And to me, the best corner in the league is sitting right here at number 2, AI, with 7 of them things. The $200 million man got 6 INTs right now, Christian Irons. They gotta, if I'm them, they gotta play him everywhere, man, right? We gotta go back to that conversation. He's the referee. Man. He's the motherfucker. He's the water boy. He's everything.
Water boy.
He got
the towel boy.
For his team.
He better have hand warmers in his helmet. He better have motherfucking
money gate. He hold the kickoff on the. He hold the tee. All that shit. He's everything. This motherfucker spent the world on this guy.
He better develop some plays out there on the field, boy. A $200 million man. Shout out to RDL.
That's not playing quarterback though, right? Who the fuck? Oh my God.
$200 million man.
I mean, what did y'all see? Was this just fucking with guys, run it up till somebody pay out their pocket? Because what the fuck did you see that feel like he was worth $200 million, man. Bro?
Hey, man, I sound like we gotta get Hollywood, man. You know how them Hollywood boys, man. They wake up on them boats with them pictures of them OBJ type nights, and they just do whatever that day. I think it might have been one of them moments.
That's
man.
all it was, man. Little Hollywood. Like fuck it. He hit his account
with
like,
his girl.
Right, he hit his account and it was showing off for his guests and shit on the motherfucking yacht.
Hey, look. These motherfuckers think they can do this shit. Watch this. Hey, look, watch this. You want to see it? All right.
He said, bitch, iron. I haven't ironed my clothes since the 3rd grade. Fuck you mean? Oh, you talking about irons? That's who you like? You want me to buy you an iron? She like, no, the player. Well, get whatever it takes to get him in here, get him. Bitch, I does this. $200 million is what it cost you. He ain't even flinched. That's alright, we good. Got that nigga balling right now. Lennox Castle, the Jamaican, sitting here with 5 of them things. Lance Norman, 5 INTs. Wild Goose, the fucking Patriots is showing up. And then Isaiah Pitts for the Steelers is there. Man, you got 4s going across the board. Craig Williams, the my player, sitting there with 4. Prime Sanders is up here with 4. I'm not going through all these damn 4s because there's going to be a lot of them. But what we will talk about is who's deflecting the ball the most right now. 9 for Tate Gowan. Shit, the linebacker Coach Shelton got 8 of them things. He can cover the pass really well. Ed Reed the second with 7. Murphy Button, old ass, with 6. He balling. Lions out here for the Raiders with 5. We miss Poe. Hold up, where my boy Poe at? We keep missing Poe. He is up there in interceptions. He got 6 of them. Let me find him. They ain't showing him, so we go to the AFC. Let's go make sure AFC good. 5, all right, NFC. And there's Poe right there. They always not showing somebody. How about Isaiah Palameo with 17 tackles and 6 INTs, 3 deflections right now. And he to the crib. And he to the crib. Got a touchdown to the crib. Okay, took one back too. This man balling right now. I would have been mad too.
That might have been versus me. Shoot. That might have been versus me.
Shit to the crib right now.
Man,
all right.
let me ask you something, bro. I made a statement to you earlier. like I said something about my defense. I changed over a lot of DBs, yada yada yada. Said, man, it seem like the passing is up, or like, man, my secondary just ain't. Because they're younger, they're not reacting as fast. But are we seeing overall through the league that the defense might be down and offense might be up just a little bit?
Well,
it's defensive stats.
It go two ways. So what I'm gonna say, it goes two ways.
People playing them rookies more.
It's not even that, bro. It's the way that the league is playing. You're getting a whole lot of running and a whole lot of check down. And here's why. Right now, your windows of throwing the ball close so fast because of the speed that's in them secondaries right now. It closed so fast. So things that used to be one-play tutties close so fast. Think about my championship game against the Broncos. How many times where, my guy is behind the entire secondary and next thing you know is a pick. So the windows are closed on passing the ball right now. When you're throwing the football downfield vertically, that window can close. So if you ain't timing those passes right, and a lot of guys can't motherfucking hit the motherfucking ocean if it was 10 feet in front of them. So if they not getting them wide open bombs, they getting picked right now because the DB skill set and speed is so fast in this league. They close the field down. That's why guys are checking down Charlie. All right, most of them check down Charlies anyway, and then if they wasn't, they becoming check down Charlie. That's why you're seeing a lot of running backs with a lot of receptions right now, man. It's just the speed. So the speed is the reason why things turning down right now, and guys are getting smarter because usually what you will see is the guys that are usually at the bottom of the bracket and record-wise, they keep forcing interceptions. So guys coming out of those games with 8, 9 picks. Players getting 4 and 5 in a game and like that. These guys are getting a little smarter now. And they like, fuck it, I'll check down myself damn sure or run the ball. I'm gonna lose anyway. You're not gonna beat me 80 to fucking 17. And I threw 12 picks in this game and gave one of your guys, made them go to the Pro Bowl off of one game. So they changing up how they playing right now. A lot of that shit is just becoming the speed of the secondaries has got. I mean, from the D line to the secondary, the speed in this league is crazy. That's the first thing. And then it comes down to your skill set offensively. The guys that are successfully still pitting, throwing for 300, 400 yards a game, they're not there. You don't see high yardage per play. Like it ain't super high. I think the highest we saw was 17 yards a play. I think that was the highest. I'm confused. I do remember 15. That was with Fields. But 15 yards of play, think about it. That's medium range throwing. That's not even throwing deep at all. So, the guys that are still throwing for high 300s a game right now, they're doing it through a lot of passing, from 15 yards on up, back on down. So, I mean, you go play the Browns and you can come out of a quarter and a half and he ain't thrown a pass over 7 yards.
Yeah.
And his quarterback averages 300-something yards a game.
Damn sure threw 20 passes to fullbacks, running backs, and the tight ends less than 5 or 6 yards versus me. God,
when you play all less than 5 or 6 yards a pop.
Check down Charlie, man.
Oh
Wake
God.
up. Hey, man, that's all right. Next time I have order me espresso.
Wake your ass up. Hey, he had me 16 points in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes to go in that game. And he did it by playing that way, hitting the fullback, hitting the tailback, hitting quick routes, and running back averaging 4 yards a carry. And he got 127 carries on the season right now. So it works, right?
It works.
The problem is the moment I grab momentum, that was over with because now you can't check down on me no more. You got to play, you know what I mean? You got to throw the ball now. You got to get to 15 yards now, 16 yards. You need points now. So once that happened, it was easy to stop him and win that ball game because he wasn't doing it at all the whole game. And you can bend but break all day long. The problem is, can you score? So let's look at our game and the guy that's playing that type of football. He was up 14-7 going into halftime. I got ball back at halftime. He made me punt. He scored the next 9 points. After I punted, he went down, kicked the field goal. I threw an interception. He went down and kicked the field goal. I threw another interception. He went down and kicked the field goal. That was the ball game right there. Because those possessions aren't touchdown possessions because that check down, if you can't get the prize off of it, and the prize is still scoring after a 12-play, 18-play drive. Once I started closing the gap on him on those, once I gathered myself offensively, defensively, I already knew what I had to stop. And the moment I started to stop that, it put pressure on him. Then he started going for it on fourth downs and not getting them. And I'm talking about 4th and 2s and 4th and 1s. And you talking about a guy that's been getting the check down all game long. Now that shit got taken away from him. And, I was able to come back in that game under that 4 minutes and score the next 19 points in the fourth quarter. And when he got the ball back with 54 seconds, with 3 timeouts, he couldn't get to that field goal because he wasn't throwing deep enough all game. It wasn't no 15-yard pass. He needed deeper passes. He couldn't beat me with 3-yard passes, 2-yard passes, because we were coming down making a play. Momentum has swung, and you're not getting the extra 6 or 7 yards this time because I'm not allowing it. Versus me allowing it all game long in the first place and then take it away. And that's what happens. So like those guys, guys are playing in that bubble right now. They ain't really throwing. You got your guys that are still taking their shots. Let me look at the Vikings. If he ain't checking down, he's throwing a bomb. So guys are still, they're playing that way. But the defenses, man, you go through our teams in this league and you see nothing but speed everywhere on defense. So it closes down what you do offensively right now. It makes you a better player, honestly, because you start to see the field better. And what happens is if you're in other leagues, when you come out of ours, you get in other leagues, things start to seem like they just wide the fuck open for you in those other leagues. Like, what the fuck? I get this much because they don't have the build that we got. They don't have the type of, build in the league that we have. Those players don't. Thresholds don't matter. These guys are, they're not that. You're not getting, a team where you playing their secondary and ain't a guy in their secondary under 94 speed. You're not playing that. So, when you get to them other leagues from playing in our league, you start to see the field even better, throwing shit all over the park. Probably even winning all your ball games over there. Because of it. But other than that, that's stat line. That's what happened today. Let's go look and see real fast how many games we got left. To get out of week 6. It's gonna be a long fucking day for me and tonight because I'm on a bye. And then I gotta fucking play one of the most brutal schedule. I think I got the toughest schedule this year. I don't think nobody got a tougher schedule than me. At all. I play everybody this year. Everybody that's somebody gets played by Baltimore. Let's go to the league schedule and see how many games we played so far. Alright, so the Eagles played, Titans and the Colts played, Rams and football team played. We're looking for the Packers and the Cowboys whenever they're going to be scheduled. Where the fuck is Hillburgers at?
4:30.
Okay, so they're at 4:30. Vikings and Bears aren't scheduled. I'm going to tell you right now, I can guarantee Hollywood Sean will not be playing his game. He's disappeared, and he's done it on purpose. He had a trade going with the Eagles. He tried to renege on the trade, but the trade got put in the rules chat before he reneged on it, and it was already voted on. Once a trade goes to the rule chat, you can't back out of it. He knows this. He's been in the league long enough, but he don't want to come up off his picks or a player right now. So since that happened, he knows when he gets back on the game, got to make that trade. So he's been gone. He ain't played the game since. And he better stop playing because he's flirting with his opportunity to be in his league. So you better stop fucking playing. Play your fucking game. Send that trade to the guy. You shouldn't have made the trade, dog. But anyway, I don't even know if they're going to play, if they even scheduled. But if he don't play, that's 3 games he ain't played. And you know the rules in this league. You don't play 3. That's no excuse absence on why you're not playing in those 3 games. I could bring somebody else to come in this league. And believe me, there's 4 guys that's ready to send me $20 as soon as I say they can play. So go ahead and fuck around.
The last 3, almost every show, the last 4 or 5 shows, someone has messaged every time that's been in the league, in one of the leagues, or is just known by somebody around. So it's definitely a wait. Unless Sean, you're good. You just want to have you around. Stick to your word, man. We just fuck up sometimes.
And not even being cocky though, bro. Nobody's worrying about users right now. I can get a user in a heartbeat, bro. Nobody's worrying about users. So all you guys, listening to these niggas that used to play in our league, telling you who they think I am and all that shit. Fuck out of here. Go out there with them, because guys want to play. Simple as that. Say give C Hound the Vikings. Yeah, well, if he don't play his game no more, my boy Mark. The only reason why Mark not on that team is because he made this decision. I gotta honor that. So trust me, I got plenty of people that'll come take that Vikings team in a heartbeat, bro. So play your games, make that trade, play your game.
Do it.
Yeah, he'll do it. He just want, he a little mad. He realized how good that corner was at the combine. And then he realized, damn, 2/3 for a 27-year-old. He really thinking about it now, like fuck. And the fucked up part about it, the Eagles said, keep the corner, just send me my draft picks from my corner. And he still ain't make the trade because he let him keep a dog at corner because that's one of the better corners in the draft too. Alante Teller, that was my guy. If I didn't have a heavy cornerback room, I would have traded him too.
It ain't a person in this league who ain't got mad or something with this game and they decided to get off for a day or two and just been MIA for a day or two. And that just shows the competitiveness in this league. So, we ain't going to give his team up. We just speaking real. This team, people out here who want to get in the league. But, like,
listen, did you not just hear me say let him not play this Bears game?
I'm telling you, Hollywood is going to lock in and get back in with it, bro. It ain't a person in the league who ain't backed away for a game or two just off being pissed off with something about Madden. Anybody who watching the show who say they ain't did it, who ain't backed away for a day or two just to breathe or pissed off, they lying. So he'll be
100% right. I hope he is. But we like him in the league. He bring energy. He bring good energy.
I want to see him grow on what he started over there. He just starting to put his real full whole hand on that Vikings team, man. So just come on, complete. Get it back together, bro.
All right, so Chargers get the first one against the Texans. Falcons, Lions. Got to get a timestamp on that. Tone, if you can give me. Oh, they playing late, so the league not going to advance till later on tonight. And that's the why I'm mad because now we going to advance. They talking about 8:30 Central. Usually Central mean that's like what 9:30 or something, Eastern time. So that means we got a late advance. No, damn well they wasn't supposed to be scheduling no game that fucking late, but you know it is what it is. I can almost guarantee this game don't even get fucking played. Motherfucking 4 fucking round, just give them the first win. So we might not be waiting for it, we might is, but right now we have to wait for the game. It is what it is.
So let me give everybody a head up, and the commission ain't talking, but I just just give everybody a quick heads up. Like, see, some of you guys that been around here long enough don't take advantage of things like this. Commissioner, just like y'all don't take advantage of the upgrades and shows, the show gifts and things like that. Commissioner just told y'all he was on the bye week next week. So if I'm one of them users out here, every user in the league right now should be looking to see who they play next week and trying to set up their game right now. What's the commissioner normally do on a bye week? He normally give out a gift. And it's a handful of people that here complain about their teams or your team like this, that, and the fourth, but you don't take advantage of things. Some stuff is just common sense. He done said 3 times in the last 10 minutes, I'm on a bye week, I'm on a bye week, I'm on a bye week. So every user in the league should go ahead and I know what that means. Gift time. Let me go ahead and set my game up right now. It don't matter how they delayed. We're staying up one night to get your gift. We'll get that game in. You know the first game is what he normally do, man. But I ain't gonna say too much.
You already know that shit coming though. I'm already mad. I got to sit and wait for a 9:30 game for real.
Hey, shout out to the Browns and Patriots. They were scheduled for late tonight, 8, 9 o'clock tonight. And I'm sure some of this had to do it. They got up last night and played that game late. But what's that mean? They can advance a little bit earlier tonight, and they can schedule their game in for the night, man. Good work, man. Look,
that's being respectful to the league and not being D West.
Bro.
That's all that is. That's not being a D West. Don't be a fucking D West. Hit it. I'm
about to kill D West.
Right.
Somebody messaged me today. Said, man, I've been telling D West for years to get an Ethernet cord,
and he won't get one.
You know. And he still won't get one, but he say I got it.
Nah, cause that little $5 to $12, he rather spend on Betsy.
He rather buy Betsy a Big Mac, Mac and a strawberry shortcake. Limited time apple pudding pie from McDonald's.
He's in my look.
He don't even take the Applebee's.
He said they got. You want pie? I mean, we could stop at McDonald's. They got the $2 for $1 deal apple pies.
They got the 2 for $1 in the Oreo smoothie joint.
Right, let's get that and shit. We ain't gotta go back out after that. You gonna be your belly gonna be filled.
Just go home. Keep me warm, baby.
Your belly gonna be filled, then I'm gonna motherfucking roll your fat ass over.
Cut the lights out. Put a bag over your head.
He not cutting no light out. He want to see every part of that bitch. He love them hoes.
He want to see all them rolls, huh?
He want to see everything. Talking do that shit Rasbisha did in the movie. Remember, she motherfucker put the cowboy outfit on and then jumped on the bed. I want you to do that to me. That's how he be coming. Let's play that roll out. Fat bitch. Look, can you do me a favor? When I hit that shit doggy, I want you to motherfucker go on the other side of the room and bend over with 2 donuts. Put these 2 donuts on the back of your back right now. I'm gonna hold on to those while I'm, you know what I mean, riding the rodeo. You fat bitch.
Big How many couches and beds you done messed up, D West? We heard you like kind of thick.
Oh, his motherfucking. You ever hear him playing a game when he on headset? You don't hear number. Leaning on the floor.
Sitting on the edge of the bed, springs poking in his
West
back.
fuck with them bitches that got Air Ones, but their soles lean because they so damn big. Those bitches. Every bitch he got come in got leaning sneakers. Their sneakers lean to the side. They come in. Oh, yeah. You ain't called me last night. Oh. I thought we was
through his door on flat tires.
All them bitches sound just like this. Oh, hey baby, hey, called me last night.
Thanks for that Big Mac and apple pie. You forgot my Oreos on the ice cream, Frosty. We gotta go back.
That bitch said, "Let me catch you with another bitch." Let me catch you with that skinny bitch again. Oh my God, I catch you with that skinny bitch again and see what happened. I'm not flatten your tires. I'm gonna flatten your whole hood.
Hey, D West, can you butter my rolls for me, baby? Why you back there?
He said, you gotta play Hero Burgers. I heard he was home gate. Well, I'm Dunkin' Donuts gate. Oh God. Nano ain't had no ass since 2019. How about that one?
Woo. Nano, we ain't hear no birthday vibes, man. You ain't nothing for the birthday. Hey,
yo, bro, can we back page Nano, please? Can we help him out right now, man? We gotta help Nano out, though. My boy is stressed.
We can take a 5.
He said he told Craig to shut the fuck up. You ain't gonna win shit. Shut the fuck up. He ain't had no ass in so long that he fucking angry right now, bro. That motherfucker ready to fuck something up.
If everybody we do a GoFundMe, everybody do $5. Man, I'll get that.
Man, you the man. Won't you just
send Nano a Jonah Canada, man?
Nah, you know he'll come to one of your parties in a heartbeat, man. Just get it done for him, dog.
Man, I have y'all gonna be voting. Nano ain't gonna go back to Canada, bro. He'll come out this joint, get one of these Jones pregnant. He ain't gonna go back. He ain't gonna go back. He'll be out this show. He gonna be pink eyed Nano for real.
That bitch for everybody. Nano talking about, nah, I found her. That's my girl now. He said he gonna get one of them bitches pregnant. Oh my God.
She wrapped my back.
I know Max ain't talking. His girl sound like Gerald Levert and shit. You don't know who the fuck she is. Is she her or him when she get on stage? Let me stop playing. You ain't snap. Who that? Y'all on the phone with Max? Nah, man, we on the headphones. Go get Max. I'm saying, though. We at the beach right now. It's like, we stop playing with Max about to snap. Oh, my God. Fuck out here. Oh,
my God.
Oh, my God. Where Falk ass at? I know he ain't put no lotion on his knuckle, little ashy ass knuckles. Watch you ready get me. Watch you ready get me if you listening right now. Fuck out here. Mike home right now. Mad as hell, ain't on headset. Knowing he sent me like 3 invites right now. Soon as he come home, he gonna be like, baby, I love you. Can you bring me up a glass of milk? Like, who the fuck drink milk, bro? This motherfucker, he's still drinking just raw dog milk. Like, oh God, like that's some nasty shit. This mic on headset. Milk, drinking milk, and what's that noise, Snake? When I go, what Mike doing? He be vaping the whole time on headset.
Putting that down on mute, huh?
That vaping like a motherfucker, yeah. He be vape pimping like a motherfucker. This motherfucker drink milk. All he do is drink milk all day. To my son, baby, I like you. Can you give me up a glass of milk? That was his ventures conversation. We used to be like, Mike, for real, milk though? You just ask for raw ass milk though, like just raw ass glass of milk. That shit nasty as hell. Just raw dog milk. Who else, man? Who else we waiting on, man? Motherfucker. Like for real, this is the game we. Oh my God. Panthers and Saints is back up. Well, Rules Committee, get ready. Guaranteed some bullshit about to happen in this game.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
What was the decent? What happened in the last game, man?
They ain't played a clean game yet.
It ain't, man. People just
it was disconnect gate. It was connection gate. Connection gate. Reset gate. It was motherfucking talking gate. See, now the problem is the Saints don't got no pause button. So instead of him just saying, yo, that shit had bad connection, bro. I don't know if that was yours or mine, but you know, I was trying to get your attention since you scored your 7 points. He come right in the chat talking shit right away, make a nigga be like, what? Man, I'm not playing shit over. Niggas ain't got no fucking pause buttons.
You gotta speak up for yourself. He speak the fuck up, like
nah, they ain't speaking up. That shit talk. I don't want y'all speaking up shit. He talk shit. That's what he do. He talk shit. And if you ain't from where he from, you don't. Nah, it ain't in the crew. Just the niggas talk shit. You around when you grew up around nothing but shit talking. Niggas don't got no pause button. So he talk shit. That's what he do. But niggas be getting mad and say, yo, Ant, man, this motherfucker, come on, bro. Listen, Coach 4-4 gave him the first win yesterday, then took it back, and the next comment, and the next text message later, he took it right back. Nah, I sent it up for the first, and fuck that. So why you think that happened? You got the first win and still made a nigga say, never mind. Oh my God, niggas is wild, bro. Oh shit. Meanwhile, D West snitching on everybody now. Or my boy Hoodie said, bet it on you we play next. Who dread head roster? Uh-oh. What I miss? Uh-oh. You know Hoodie been him and Young Cannon and him, and if he beefing with Young Cannon, that means he beefing with Foe. So you know Hoodie ready to tear somebody. Oh shit! It's ready to go the fuck down. Let's go. Y'all niggas make this shit. I got a third on the Saints. Bet it. Who taking that bet? Somebody taking that bet on McCoy and the Saints? He got a third on the Saints. Young Camden got a third on the Saints.
They might not be able to play, man. Disconnect. I don't even know if they'll be able to play. How many people?
I got a second that game will not go smoothly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Without somebody having to step in. How much? Another 50 burger on you. Oh God! I can't wait for the Bills and the motherfucking. That's Hoodie. That's Hoodie. When do the Bills and the Dolphins play again, bro? Oh my God! Let's go look for this schedule. When the fuck do the Bills? Next week at advance. Let's go! Oh my God! It's the game of the week. This the place your bet game right here, and we doing numbers. Look, if it's a blowout, all types of shit coming with that. They play next week. Oh my God!
Oh shit, that's when you on a bye week.
I'm on a bye. So you already know.
Hey, look,
niggas about to tear this week up.
Y'all just made his day, man. Y'all made his day. He got a real game to watch. Let's go. That's the game of the week next week. So look, we got a game of the week and a commissioner bye week. If y'all don't set y'all games up right now,
I guarantee you. We don't make the quarter.
I'm gonna do everybody a solid favor. I'm gonna take a picture of the schedule next week so y'all can get y'all game set up, man. I'm gonna take a picture of the schedule and I'm gonna post it in the chat, man. So look, and y'all know what you gotta do, man. So Hoodie say a 50 burger. The Bills already guaranteed a 50 burger. But look,
I try to tell you these niggas don't got no pause button. He don't even give a fuck that Hoodie blew him out. He came right back and said, nigga, you quit by halftime. Put up 60 on you, you quit. Oh God. We not getting 10 games tonight, Ant. Shit me. I don't ask for 8. I don't ask for 10, I only ask for 8 all the time, every time, the first 8 games. The problem is this, they gotta get we're not gonna get 8 games tonight because we gotta wait on the Lions and the fucking
on the Lions and the Falcons.
And the Falcons they ain't gonna tell us the motherfucking fair sim that shit until 9:30 anyway. Like when they could have told us at 5.
Man. And
Man,
go. Still waiting
tell Coach DC 404 to get that man a first win. I got 2 superstars for him. Fuck that. We ain't got time to wait for that game. We ain't got time to wait for that game right now, man. Steaming Beaming ain't gonna do shit but throw 30 picks anyway in that game. Say, let me stop fucking with 4-4. 4-4 Ray fucking killed me.
4-4, so
4-4 Ray fucked me up, bro. That's my guy. Don't think he ain't my guy. Shit. So go ahead with that shit. I'm talking shit because I can. That's all. Right now I'm doing. Hey man, fuck that 4-4. Get that man a win. I give you 2 superstar upgrades, man. We ain't got time to be waiting for no 9:30 ass game tonight. I don't know. DC is like 0-5 anyway. There you go. I told you. He is. Yeah, he is, but still. Yeah, this nigga don't stop talking. Y'all, he don't, boy. I told you. See? Yeah, getting that motherfucker force, man. You could probably use about 2 of these upgrades I'm talking about right now. 2 of them things.
Oh, shit. Gave away 1 force. So he gave away 2. He gave away 2 forces.
Yeah, he already gave. He gave about 3 force wins already.
He gave 2 forces out of 5. Like, man.
I'm saying, give him the force. You might as well. If you're gonna give out the force anyway, you might as well get the upgrade for it. 2 of them things over there. Believe me, I know.
Or one, man. You don't need 1. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. It ain't matter. It don't matter no way.
Hey.
Man,
I don't give a fuck. I get the superstars out. That shit, you still gotta win the game. Them superstars don't make you. You know what I mean? Niggas be saying,
Damn, folks. He said it is like 0-5 anyway, huh? Sheesh.
He said, just fitting to know we about to kill King ass out there. And that's you telling you got a Miami boy telling you he about to fuck up a Miami boy. That's how much he don't like your ass.
So that Bills Dolphins game. So what we saying? That Bills Dolphins game is getting played tonight at Advance?
I think we need to put big bread on that game, man. We think we need to really do a big bet on that game. I mean, because Hoodie is confident that he gonna air him like. He told us
I told him right here live.
And I don't think I just don't think the Dolphins is gonna keep sitting back taking that type shit. You feel me? Like I don't think he is just gonna keep taking that type of ass.
Young Camden, let me ask you this, man. We know that last game ain't go too well when y'all played, man. Can I ask this before I place my bets, man? Who the starting QB tonight? You bringing Marino back or is De'Aaron King, man?
He better not fold and do no gay shit like that.
Man, it ain't no folding. It ain't folding or nothing, man. You don't listen to nobody else. Who you playing tonight at QB, Camden? We gotta know. Burger. Oh shit.
Fuck all that. With Marino, without Marino, walking 50 burger.
Hey, look. Oh man, it's getting hot. Oh, King playing. All right. Derek King, he with him regardless, man.
He said King coming to watch.
King playing.
Who winning? Young Camden or Hoodie tonight? Man. Hoodie said he gonna put 50 on him.
Both QBs got 50 burgers, so it don't matter.
He said both them quarterbacks got 50 burgers.
Hey yo, I'm about to go post the schedule this week at Advance. I'm gonna post the schedule so everybody.
She said she going with Hoodie because Young Candy be talking shit.
I'm sorry, man. I don't go against Miss Goodell, man.
Nah, Miss Goodell, I haven't lost yet betting with her, bro. I wanted to go. And the fucked up part is I wanted to go with Young Camden tonight. I ain't lost yet. Let her pick my bets. I ain't lost yet. No. So now we picking the winner.
That shit.
This is what we gonna do. This how we gonna do it. We picking the winner, right? If Hoodie put 50 on him like he said he gonna do, do we give Hoodie something, or do we give anybody that gambles with that 50 with him something else? So for example, like Hitter said, the parlay, right?
I mean, I think we got to give Hoodie because Hoodie came in here on a live show and said it. He's sticking to his guns, and like, man, I just think if he go do all that, man, he gotta be on the.
Shampoo the carpet.
What, downstairs? All right. When you come back.
I just gotta go to Primo's and Taco.
Oh, I thought she said if it can't
you going to both?
You gotta come shampoo the carpet.
I'm going to Creole. I'm going to Taco Bell.
All right, and directly straight back, right?
I think you should think about it and then let everybody get everybody back.
Nah, don't show off because I'm on the podcast right now. You coming right the fuck back, right?
Yeah, talking about showing.
She's stupid as hell and shit. Who wear the pants in this relationship?
If Hoodie put 50
who wear the fucking pants? You know what I'm fucking saying. Look. I'll mute him first and be like, let me win this fight. Let me wear this fight. Nah, I'm the man, but you the woman.
I'm the woman.
You the woman. You the shit.
Try my best, man.
That's all you can do, right?
So.
My son ain't get here yet. He happy I'm coaching the team. I told him I'm a coach.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hey, now I know if you watching, man, just so everybody else in the league
you ain't
know what's the
happy birthday the other
what's
day.
the latest game?
Nano don't even fuck with us anymore.
Right? Fuck Nano. You right.
It ain't a happy birthday till he gets something. Till we.
Nah, she said it right. He don't fuck with us no more.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
Nano.
Oh yeah, he be on hockey and shit.
That's why he don't get no pussy. He keep going out with his buddies.
I thought he was with the girl because she don't even fuck with us no more.
He ain't that girl said she don't want she don't want to fuck with a nigga that play the game.
He done chased into another soccer team.
They were still being friends.
He broke up with her because she scoring the most points on their soccer team. So he got mad, broke up with her.
Hey Nano, if you watching, man, what's the latest game that's scheduled, bro? So if they know it's like 8 o'clock, that means people can start scheduling some games like 9:30ish. So let everybody know in the league we try to get some games scheduled tonight, man, possibly.
All right, so let's get back to this Bills-Dolphins game. The last time Chris Poole showed up on the Dolphins in the Bills game, he had 5 catches, 5 touchdowns. I'm thinking, listen, De'Aaron King is starting to play good football. Let's show this real fast, man. Now, we just gonna sit here and play young Cannon out, man. Fuck that. CMD stand up today. That's what we doing. CMD stand up, Hoodie. I fucked with you, Hoodie, but we going CMD style today, man. Let's go over here and see what I named him Young Camden for a fucking reason. Let's go. Let's go over here to his team real fast, and let's talk about this De'Aaron King guy right now, man. He talking about, you seen what he did the last 2 games. Parlay 50+ with the Bills. 14-point spread, 150 rushing yards, 2 defensive turnovers. All right, we going to him. What the fuck do my mom want, man? I'm not answering that. That shit can liably stop everything right now. I'm not answering that at all. All right, let's fuck his stats. Let's go looking what he did the last 2 games right now. He's unlocked, got a superstar ability right now. Excuse me, I don't mean to be burping all on shit. So, all right, so now it's the opponents matter too, right? Right? I'm gonna call you Craig and shit.
Yeah.
My nigga Craig on my mind right now. I was ready to call you that. I ain't heard from Craig all day today and shit. Oh my god.
He ain't posted in the chat though, so.
Hold on, fellas. Yeah, Mom.
So the Jets first.
All right, I'm on my show right now. Give me a second. I'll be right on.
That's a week 1 game.
Matter of fact, I'll tell Julian to take him out. Gotta be
so we definitely gotta give him a break, give him a pass on that first.
You gonna
game.
cut that up or what?
What?
Those. I need you to break that. I need you to break that bud up too.
Definitely gotta give him
fucking cut up,
pass on that first game.
Fuck it. Nah, I don't need to. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. De'Aaron King. Look, in the 55-34 game, he had 109.7 QB rating, 91 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was sacked in those 2 games, right? I mean, sacked in that game twice. But he also had, in that Jets game, he rushed for 13 attempts, 117 yards, 9 yards of carry. And this is the second part of his game I think that, he's concentrating on. In my opinion, I don't think that should be the most important part of what he's doing right now. I think he need to get him comfortable with the offense he already run, because I do think he can fit. Yep. Him just.
Let me know what you want from Taco Bell. Should I just get the box?
I want that. I want the chicken and them beef joints. All right, so good question. Oh, I think I hung him up. So my thing is, look, I'm not mad at the guy for running. That's what he's there for. I think that's the only reason why you got him starting is because of that part of his game he could bring to the table. But me, in my opinion, I think he needs to master his style of play already, how he play. To better play that style of offense and get that mastered. You kind of got to do what Falk did with Kyler Murray. He made him a pocket passer first, mastered that part of the game, and once he got that working with his offense, he was able to open up the rolling out and running with him as well too. But it looked like he jumped into the running right away, because in his last 3 games, 14 attempts, 13 attempts, 13. So he's averaging about 13 carries a game right now, and he's not doing a bad job with it, because he had, 200-yard games and an 85-yard game. Not bad at all. And then against the fucking 49ers, 4 rushing touchdowns. So that tells me he running my heavy Panthers. I don't give a fuck what he say. You're running my heavy Panthers. They goal line touchdowns, guaranteed. And look, for these attempts right now, if you go look at Lamar, if I rush Lamar 14, 13, and 13, he definitely got about 10 fumbles already. So only having 2 fumbles, that matters to me. That means, again, when I built these players out of the draft, it's the difference than the guys with real faces. These quarterbacks, they fumble, but they don't fumble as much as a guy like a Lamar Jackson will fumble. So Snake, in my opinion, he's doing a great job running him right now, and I think he's a little bit ahead of schedule with running him than he is now. Usually, mobile quarterbacks are always good running when they get in the league more than they are throwing the football, right? But I think in this case, this plays to his advantage versus you wanting to throw the ball. I just think the defense that he grade come up against, and it matters, is blazing fast. This ain't a ordinary fast team in this league when it comes down to secondary play at the secondary level. Now at the linebacker level, the Bills aren't built for speed, but in that secondary, they flying around in that secondary. So I think speed kills there. So that 92 will not, or 93, whatever he is speed wise, will not threaten the type of speed that secondary come with. So I still think he's gonna have to get his passing game more on track than what he's doing right now. Now let's look at him as a passer over his last 3 games. He came since that Baltimore loss, right? He went into New England, right? 35-38, better game, 106.6 QB rating, threw for 358. He still had the turnover bug though, 5 INTs, 4 touchdowns. But then, the next 2 games he played, Jets, 291 yards, and the Niners, 381. The Niners not soft on defense. The Niners can play. If it's any Achilles heel the Niners have, will be the defensive side of things. I think they're really strong on offense. Defensively, they struggle a little bit. But I still like the fact, that he's able to, he's not throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. I think with a rookie quarterback and the way he throws the ball, interceptions are going to come. And it comes because of what we already talked about earlier with the passing game. The defense is so fucking fast, the holes close real fast. So when you got your throwing windows, what used to be open for you are not open the same way anymore. So I'm not mad at the picks. But for him to be successful against this Bill team, I think he has to put a complete game together. I think he'll have to better throw the ball and be somewhere between 65% and throwing that football, and not turn the ball over, whether you running or throwing the football. But I like the improvement we're seeing with him right now. He's on a rise right now. Anytime you got guys talking about a specific player in the chat after their games, tells you what's going on right now. So I think what we're seeing is a quarterback that wasn't supposed to be a high draft pick at all, was supposed to be a late round pick, and the only reason why you will be intrigued with him and other guys ain't getting right away is because of the height, and then his speed is why you would get him in the first place. They got him in the 4th round, I think it was.
End of the 4th round.
End of the 4th round,
pick 24.
Which, in my opinion, I thought that's somewhere where he should have went. Because I thought anywhere in that 3rd round would have still been a reach for this type of quarterback. So he got him exactly where, in my opinion, he should have went. And this is the thing: if he didn't get him there, he wouldn't have been in that 5th round. Somebody else would have came and got him. Guaranteed that. Because he wasn't the only person looking at this quarterback. Because I can tell you right now, if the Cowboys valued him more than a 3rd round pick, he would have got him in that 3rd round, instead of waiting for the 4th. Because at the end of the fourth, that means you was waiting for the fifth to get him. Right.
Yeah, I took the fullback.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at you at that. I was gonna get him. I knew you would. I knew you would get him. I knew you would get him because I know your play style. And I know you're a diehard Miami nigga. So you know what I mean. You gotta respect that. Now, with that being said, you know you dealing with a young secondary that's up and coming over there in Baltimore. I mean in Buffalo, with a up and coming quarterback right now. So I like this matchup, bro. I like this matchup. Now, you go back to their first matchup, 59-14. All right, this is his first game, week 1. You can't put too much into this. This is his first game.
It's week 1. You kind of almost throw that week 1 game out the window in a lot of cases.
Gotta throw it out the window.
Aspects of it, like definitely expect to see a more competitive game. We're not even used to, even in a lot of young candidates' losses. They don't normally be so lopsided like this. He normally plays a pretty closer game. There's just a lot of times that the first 3 games of the season, normally you're still trying to fill out your toys, see what you can and can't do right away, or you're just not even seeing what you can do. It's more so of a thing where you're noticing what you can't do that you used to be able to do with some of those vets right away. That makes sense. You know what I mean?
This team is a 85, damn near 90% passing team, and they converting into running the ball way more than they ever have. With Spencer Moss. And then De'Aaron King now. So they're running the ball a lot more now, right? And with that being said, let's look at the stretch between receivers. Obviously, Waddle is light years ahead of all the rest of the receivers on this team. His number is called more than anybody else's. So 34 catches, you see it, 11 touchdowns. Are we concerned with anything else now? We're looking at Lloyd. He got 14 catches, 226 yards, no touchdowns. We're looking at Ford, 14 for 88, 188, 1 touchdown. Nathan Hoffman, 6 for 86. Like, my thing is this. If the Bills can control Waddle, is there anybody else on this offense at the receiver position that can win against the Bills secondary?
I mean, well, like you say, I think he's trying to find a good median between running and passing the ball. At this point in the season, we're 6 games in, and between Noonan East, Moss, and Derek King, he has,
1,000 yards rushing.
About 900, damn near 1,000 yards rushing at this point, and we have is something different. So, I believe that I think we have to. I believe this is a story we have to let it play out because we haven't really seen this before, if that makes sense. So, like, we're seeing their offense kind of transform into a little bit thing. So it looks like he's learning how to put De'Aaron King in some better situations by running the ball a little bit more and possibly just checking down a little bit more, and using the tight end and spreading it out a little bit. Waddle is the guy, no questions asked. That's what you do when you bring in a young quarterback. You rely on the veterans, and we know Waddle is that veteran on his squad. I mean, I think we have to, other than that, we have to let the full circle play out. Like, he's the veteran on his offense.
I just think, matchup matters in this game, right? If Waddle, remember last time they played, Waddle had a miserable game, and because of that, I don't even think Waddle was in the stat book in that game. Because of that, you saw the big margin of a score. So again, I asked you the same question: if Waddle can't get it going today, because he ain't going wild. Listen, you're not playing the Bills, and Waddle's speed is different, but Waddle's speed ain't scary when you the Buffalo Bills. And you looking at corners. Both your corners you drafted are 4.3 and under guys. Speed. Right? So Waddle got to deal with guys that's running just like his ass. Right? And safety is running. So Waddle got to beat these guys off experience, not speed. You know what I'm saying? But the question comes is Forbes, Huffman, or even the tight end Lloyd, can these guys get it done? Because he's going to need points from these guys. He's going to need these guys to be able to put some plays on the field. They're going to have to play. You're not winning this game with Waddle right now by himself.
Does a coach have enough confidence in De'Aaron King to take shots at them other receivers as opposed to Waddle And as to this point in the season, the answer to the question of that would be flat out no.
Right, I don't think he does either.
So,
but then on the other hand, the Buffalo Bills offense, they don't give a fuck. Their guys touch the football, all of them. They getting that shit to them. You looking at different numbers when you look over here. Obviously, Chris Paul is the head of the class over here with 22 catches, 681 yards, 31 yards a catch, 10 touchdowns. But look, Sky Moore, rookie, 25 catches. Right, he has more catches than Chris Paul right now. Look, Anton Carter's still in the building, 12, 260. He's there. The tight end, Jalen Woods, he was the second fastest tight end in the draft, right? 259 yards, 12.9 a catch, 4 touchdowns. He averaging 43 yards a game. Good tight end numbers, 12.9 yards a play. And then you got danger everywhere, running back and motherfucking that receiver you got to deal with over here. Yep. So, you know,
Danger got 700. That the Bills as a team total, because I mean Weber only has 60 yards, but you got Ely with 60 yards. And Danger got 650 yards basically rushing. So he's the Bills has definitely done what he said he was gonna do. He said he was expanding their offense. They was gonna bring them pieces in there, so he's getting the ball around. Like it's no one's to key in on. You can't just key in on Poole anymore. He definitely had them speedy ass weapons like.
And then you're not playing a traditional offense. You're playing a guy that's comfortable when the plays break down. Like when his players get to the top of their routes, he's at his best. So while he's dropping back in his 3 and 5 step drop backs, maybe 7 at time, you know, his clock go off at 3. If these guys ain't where they belong at 3 and he see a weapon to throw to, he has no problem extending the play and creating after the play. This is where he's dangerous at. And in my opinion, I asked this question: is the Dolphins built to be able to stop that type of offense, where it's unconventional? You have no idea what you're going to get. You can come out and be ready to cover the initial play, but then what do you do when that initial play breaks down and he still is running around with the quarterback with the ball in his hand? Can you stop those type of plays? And that means you got to be able to stop the playmaking plays and the big plays that happen after the play is ran. I don't know if they're built that way over there, man. I think they can match up.
You got to go look at their roster because, as we know, the Dolphins really come in with a stout defense. You know
what? Their secondary their secondary has always been top notch for them. They always been top notch, and I do think they got the listen. And the quiet is kept. When you look at the Dolphins secondary, before I come back to this Bills team, when you look at the Dolphins secondary, still they got more than any player in that secondary was Cody Chemistry, bro, from the Steelers that did not resign that cornerback. He was a top corner in that draft. He came out, and I don't know where he's at right now, but this kid right here at 6'2", this was a steal. This gave them a situation where they can match up height-wise, speed-wise, whatever the case may be. But this is a legit corner right here that can press and play and win one-on-one matchups and shit. So, you know, I like it. They also got a couple guys they can put in that sub package and play at that sub linebacker package. So they have it, bro. Finally got it. Yeah. So they in a situation, right? But as many linebackers as on this roster, I still don't think they have found that linebacker yet. And then that's where I feel like the problem is created at mismatch wise. I think Danger will destroy any linebacker on that roster. I think Weber and the rollout and playmaking process will tear those linebackers up on that roster. But secondary wise, I mean, who do you lock on Chris Paul? Because obviously he had 5 catches, 5 touchdowns last game. That can't happen again. So what corner over here is ready to be able to take on to take on a role of being able to follow Pool, or do you do it? You do it. They don't play a lot of man. They play a lot of zone.
There might not be one on there, and once you have to keep 2 sets of eyes on Pool, that opens up some of them other holes for some of these other wide receivers that the Bills are not scared to give them chances to them young receivers on their squad. So I mean, do they have? That's the question. Do the Bills have a cornerback to match up with Chris Poole? Is Bernard or Chemistry? Are they that guy?
Would they even give a cornerback the opportunity to match up with him? Like, are they comfortable? Would they be comfortable with?
Does he feel enough confidence in his quarterback DB room to do that, to man him up on him?
I mean, that's the question you gotta ask. You know, you're asking a team that predominantly play nothing but zone, and more comfortable in 4 and 3 than anything. You're asking them to lock a man up on a guy that's been killing you, has been a thorn in your ass. You're asking a guy in your secondary to do something that this defense ain't really comfortable in doing, which is go man-and-man lockdown. What if you got somebody that could take pull out of the game and you can cover the other half of the field in your zones and by yourself? What happens if that happens?
Game changer.
Game changer, right? But if you ain't comfortable, but also this though, if you ain't comfortable doing that shit, right? You ain't somebody that's done that or comfortable doing it. Don't do it and get blown the fuck out.
Don't do it and get fucked up this time. Dang.
See, the problem is you can't lock a pull down man and man because you know his top of his routes is doesn't like he can get open on it. He can get open. He's a good route runner. He has speed. We know what he can do, but he's not dangerous. He's not the most dangerous there. He's dangerous with the woo babies. He gonna run by your defense and walk under something. But he also dangerous when the play break down and he got to go make something else happen. That's where he gets crazy at. And you know, the more this team gel together, the more the broken down plays become like Hoodie. The way he plays, his broken down plays are actually better than his actual plays.
Better than his actual plays. And with him developing, as we see, the Bills have no problem developing these young players, these young receivers, these young weapons. So he puts them in a position early to make them plays. So if they don't make it the first or second time, by the end of the season, they making them plays. That's the difference.
Look what's going on over here. I just tell the story: 38 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, 3 interceptions. You know he's going to be head hunting, trying to get to that quarterback from whether he's coming from that slot or wherever he's sending him from. And at the same time, he got the speed to better play with Waddle. So if you ain't beating him with route concepts, you ain't running by him. So Waddle ain't just going to better run across and route and outrun him to the spot, right? You got to better let Waddle show you his route tree now. They got to do different things with Waddle because I do think that'll be the matchup. At the same time, they don't have to let that be the matchup, but that'll be the matchup. Now, does Waddle win his matchup? He should. Why? Because he's a veteran and you're asking the diaper dandy to cover him. I think he can win those matchups, right? But I think the speed of this secondary is everywhere. It's just evident in the secondary. They're not scared of Waddle's speed. Where most guys is getting tortured by Waddle because of Waddle's speed. They're not going to be worried about that speed. They showed it the last time they played. This is an interesting matchup this time around.
I got to insist one thing about this game, though, man. The hype on this game is unsurreal, and you on the bye week. If this not one of the first 8 games, man, I got to oppose. I got to go to committee. I got to vote, man. Not to let you be able to give out no gifts this week, man. This got to be one of the first 8 games as well. I ain't gonna let you give out no gifts.
Week one when they shut down Waddle in week 1, Trayvon Simmons. Trayvon Simmons was the guy that drew that coverage, right? So let's take a look at Trayvon. 91 overall. All right, 94 speed, 93 excel. Now you asking a guy that's 94, 93 asked to cover a 99, 99 guy. When it come down to awareness, you're asking a guy that has 88 awareness versus a guy that damn near had 99 awareness to be able to, and he did it. So look, you gotta see what happened in that first game. So let's go to stats. Let's go to season stats and not just regular stats here. Let's go to season stats. Let's go back down to week 1 and see what he did in that game. Now, a lot of it, look, 4 tackles, 3 solos. You don't see no other stats there, but you didn't have to because when I come off of this and go to back to the Dolphins team, you're going to see the same type of, not a lot of stats going on over here for Waddle in that moment, right? So let's go see what happened in their matchup last time.
Yeah, Waddle had 6 catches, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, but outside of Waddle, there's no other production.
But that's shutting Waddle down. Here's why it's shutting Waddle down.
That is
because you let him get his enough for get he didn't get his, if that makes sense to you. Like this is how I would have did it. Waddle can do that
enough that you kept him comfortable in a little bit till you just took advantage of his spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's important to go somewhere else. So look again. There's nobody in the league to me that really possesses, he gives him the ball really well. He knows how to get him the football. I'm not saying anybody, can shut him down. Although I feel like I got a corner over there that could shut him. You know what I mean? But it's hard.
Shutting them down, even in the game.
2 touchdowns, shutting him down. 59-14. That's shutting him down.
He's going to do it. And he still has some. Depends on the score. Depends the score of the game. But it's definitely not that.
And it also depends on
not a normal
when.
day.
He said he got them touchdowns in the fourth quarter. 6 catches, 127 yards.
So
I know when I play him, he got his points in our game late. Late, and Waddle started killing me on jet sweeps and shit like that. Like, it was late, so I get it. And in that case, he wasn't a factor in that game if that really happened like that. So young Camden, if this was late game touchdowns, doesn't matter. Really, the game is over. So you're saying garbage, garbage TDs. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
We're saying that this is with bringing in that young quarterback in the Dolphins, we're actually seeing what happens when you don't fully develop other players outside of just those guys. Because did he really develop some of these other weapons? We've seen him take some of these other weapons these last couple of seasons. Did any of them reach their full potential? And could that be hurting him a little bit? He don't see it in every game, because you see Waddle has his numbers throughout the year so far, but Dolphins never really fully developed that guy that they're comfortable outside of Waddle.
Outside of week 1 and week 2, nobody's been able to stop Waddle. Nobody. 8 catches in the Patriots game, 256 yards, 4 touchdowns. 8 catches, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns. 9 catches, 151 touchdown. And in the Bills game, fourth quarter action, he gets 6 for 127. And even in our game, that was fourth quarter shit. And half of that 86 came off of a jet sweep for the touchdown. So, and my thing is, if Waddle's not playing at a high level, can they win? They showed it against the Patriots. They only lost that game. He played at a high level. Do they lose when Waddle is not playing good? Or, you know what I mean? Because they can play good. They showed it against the Patriots that Waddle can have a big day, but they still lost that game. My opinion, if Waddle's not having a good day, they're going to struggle in that game. They're not going to have a good game. I'm not saying they can't win it. I'm just saying they're not going to have a good game. But when he's that dominant, Waddle, most of the time, he's winning that ball game. So, to me, it really come back to that matchup. If he's really going to put Simmons on him again, and that's the matchup, can Waddle win those matchups early, not late, early? And then who else is going to step up for this Dolphins team? Especially when you handling a young quarterback that you're still trying to get developed and get comfortable with. So this is a big time matchup right here, because this is, one, is a pride thing. 2, it really is, the division is on the line in this game. You can't get swept by nobody in your division to win a division that's that tough.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to say, man, because like you wouldn't put a lot on it being a rookie quarterback, but then what you've seen Camden go to free agents and get a Teddy Bridgewater, and make it then into the Super Bowl with him. Like you've seen both sides. You've almost seen both sides of the table. I know the league is at a different spot now, but it's just like we just can't just say dog Camden, dog him out, and we not
dogging him out at all. We talking
but it's
facts.
Just like I don't.
Look what he said. Y'all can't say that.
Both sides.
Look, I'm gonna read what he's saying. Y'all can't say that. Forbes had 2,000-yard seasons. Huffman had a 1,000-yard season last year, so my other wide receivers can play. Nobody said they can't play, but they won you games. Because look, Forbes can average 50 yards a game for 18 games and have a 1,000-yard season. Think about what I just said. I'm not impressed with him having a 1,000-yard season. I'm impressed with, can you win a game if Waddle can't win that game for you with him? And if once you answer that question, you'll be right back to being super dominant. That's all. It's not saying. Listen,
you're saying as of right now, like you barely got enough receiver over 100 yards right now. Just being real, like Forbes, your second receiver, you got a tight end at 226 and Forbes with 188. And the tight end has 0 touchdowns. You got a couple people down here with 1 touchdown. Waddle has 11. So it's just like a thing where you're not putting them early on in the season. You're not putting them people in position to make them plays. So sometime on this game, like when you put them to make them plays, actually do stuff that they ain't been doing, they're not going to do it. It's with the game. So like, we understand that you don't have.
That's a good question. If Waddle gets hurt, who are you leaning on? Let's wish him not to get hurt, but injuries are on this year. If Waddle's hurt, who you leaning on?
If Waddle get hurt, who's going to next? Man,
I think if he can answer that question and answer what players can step up and win matchups for you, if Waddle is not having a successful game, it's going to be the time when he start to win this division again, or win it all. Honestly, because he's good enough to win it all. So. You know what I mean? My thing is this. I could give my backup running back 60 yards a game, and he's gonna be a 1,000-yard rusher at the end of the year. It looked good stat wise, but it's gonna be 3 or 4 games where his brother getting shut, and I need him to be the guy to better step up, because guys ain't gonna put that much attention to the backup running back, and if he can't do it, then it loses ball games. So the question is, who's next up on this team that you can rely and trust on the same way you can rely and trust on Waddle, or within the same sense of trying to trust and rely on, because you need Arthur Forbes to be able to make that big or get open at the right time in a big moment where you need him to. You need Huffman to better do the same thing. So of course they're going to be. You got to build them. They're built, but they got to better do things on the field and play for you. Like you need that last touchdown, Waddle double team. You better go to Huffman knowing he can catch that 50-50. If Waddle get hurt, I'm using my other guys. I don't mind throwing the other receivers, but it's early. We'll see. All I do know is the guy can throw the fucking football. He's done it. He showed that consistently for 7 straight seasons that he put that ball. He could throw that thing up. And he's dealing with a new quarterback, and he's getting himself back into that groove. And once he does, he has a second part of his offense that all of us need to be worried about. The fact that his quarterback is averaging 100 yards a game over the last 3 games. This is going to be an interesting game. I can't wait to watch this game, man. We got to get this fucking DC and fucking Lions game situated, man. Everybody else scheduled. Theirs is scheduled late. We need to get that thing taken care of right away, man. We're 4-4 right, man. Somebody hit 4-4 up and tell him I got 2 superstars for him if he motherfucker take the motherfucker forced loss right now. Matter of fact, tell him I'll look at his team and really look at it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Other than that, man, we going for the matchup. I'm on a bye week. You already know this thing got fly. Week 7, first 8 games played, and then we got the motherfucker pick a winner game with the Dolphins and the Bills, and then you get parlay bet too if you're going with the blowout. Right? That's where we're going. We're going with the blowout. If you're going with the blowout, then that adds extra incentives to your pick a winner game.
Let everybody else know too. I guess we ain't talked about it. I guess later on tonight. At some point today, I guess we'll try to sit down and go through these rosters and hit everybody with the messages. You get the messages, man. Y'all know what people not supposed to play in no position. Put your right people at your positions.
God damn.
He just start dropping people without it.
Like, I'm going to just start dropping them down to 0, bro. I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm just dropping them to 0. Niggas always cheating and shit.
Go through this every fucking time.
Motherfuckers got. Yeah. And then I'm going to do y'all even one better. I'm going to put that tweener list out so y'all know what guys can be playing in positions where you can't be like, oh my God, he had this guy playing. Snake got a corner that can play safety, sub, linebacker. He can play everywhere, right? And you see him there, you can't bitch about it because he's a tweener. We deemed him a tweener. We already had this discussion on the show before. But I'm going to put it out in the chat, all the guys that's in the league that's offensive, defensive tweeners that you can defy our rules with. All right? Other than that, man.
Them all over the roster.
I got them all over mine. Holla at you when you holla at us. I'll holla at you later. Heard? Out there. Good show.